Yinzers kicking through the door, loud like a jag-off at a Penske fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
I want a girl with a short skirt and a long jacket. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. This is the Two Dum Yinzers episode 986, if you can believe that, guys. Just 14 shows away from the big 1,000. It is coming, and it's coming fast. Speaking of coming fast, Michael, how are you?
I'm great. Hey, you ain't first, you're last.
That's right, baby. That's right. Welcome back to the show. Glad to see everybody today. Lots to get into as Pittsburgh Steelers waiting time has officially started, Mike. The rookie school wraps up yesterday, and we have a little over a month to get to, of course, training camp. So this is the last waiting period, if you will, for the Pittsburgh Steelers and its fans. So much that went on in this offseason, Mike. And it's again, this is the last waiting period. So you make it through this, we're going to be just fine. I promise you. Welcome back, everybody. Let me say what's up to everybody on the board. I want to throw out something real quick. Tortilla. He says, what's up? I do want to give him some kind of award today. I don't know what, but I'm going to make one up because Tortilla is the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Attentive to time. I mean, if I'm here, Tortilla's here. If I'm here a half hour early, Tortilla's here a half hour early. Tortilla just, what's the word? What is that? Non-tardiness. What is it? Prompt. Tortilla is very prompt. And I am going to give him some kind of award today because, again, Mike, I don't know the record. I don't know the numbers. I don't know the statistics. But I do know that Tortilla Jackson is here bright and early every day. And it's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, my man. And we want to reward you in some way. So I'm going to think on that. Lots of things going on today, guys. I do want to say welcome back. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the Terrible Board. Great to see us today. I want to say what's up to everybody. Mike, we got a lot going on. Yinzer Nation, my man, always great seeing you. He says, let's roll, baby. Let's roll. That's all right. Welcome to the Terrible Board, the Yinzer Nation. As Yinzer Nation, Mike is patiently waiting for training camp in St. Vincent College, Latrobe.
Dude, I can't wait. It needs to get here. It needs to get here fast. I am ready for some fucking Steelers football. It needs to get here. Like football withdrawal. You know, I watched some of the UFL. It's fun, but it's not the NFL.
I agree.
It's methadone for me.
It keeps the football on your TV, but yet you're not getting the high end talent that you get in the NFL. I totally get what you're saying. Let me say what's up to Vegas, all the way from Las Vegas. My man, he says, "Good morning, Vietnam." Oh, wait. Welcome to the show, Vegas. Always great to see you on the terrible board. My man, hope that you're keeping cool out your way, as it was over 100 yesterday out in Las Vegas. Let me say what's up to Cody. He says, "Mike, you are the GOAT." Cody says you're the GOAT, Mike.
Cody, yes, that is correct. I'm glad you finally recognized it, but that's still not getting you off the enemy list, but good try.
You know what? Here's the thing. Maybe we'll put Tortilla way at the top of the list because, again, Mike, something has to happen. Something has to be done. Again, his promptness is impressive, to say the least. So, again, if you could slap him at the top of the list until we can find something to do for him.
Tortilla is, I think there was one day where Tortilla lost his spot on the friends list, but he's a permanent fixture on top of my friends list.
All right.
He's staying there and will never leave.
All right. There you go, Tortilla. Again, I will work on getting you set up with something special because you have a great accomplishment here. Again, the great Tortilla on the terrible board. Let me jump down, Mike, to go to the super chat. Cody says this of watching Penn State porn. Thank you so much, Cody, for your contribution, brother. Greatly appreciated. We'll certainly go back into the show. My man.
I hate everything.
Let's stick on the board. Tardy Tortilla in the house. I missed somebody that's right here. I'm just going to say what's up say hi to Tiny CJ. Tiny CJ says, "Hey, Mike. Hey, Ryan. I'm new, but I did subscribe. We appreciate you, Tiny. Stick around. Great to have you on the terrible board. Great to have you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tiny. Let's continue down here to Yinzer Joe, the original OG Yinzer Joe says, "What's up, Yinzer? Trey JPJ and Con is the GOAT, big baby. What's up, Yinzer Joe? Always great seeing you, brother. Always great seeing you, my friend. Cody, we got you. Thank you so much. Let's go to RB. Fucking ad and sending my text before I can edit and finish. Oh, dude, that's all good. You know what? I do that sometimes. Like I have certain things that I watch, like for my pirate games, and sometimes I'll go to send something and it'll fuck up. I'll be partially through a message and it goes up and I'm like, fuck, there goes, hundreds of people are going to see this or whatever. So I hurry up, I get back in there real quick and try to make it legible before anybody can make a comment. But I certainly know where you're coming from, RB. Great to see you as always, of course, from the show, the great RB. So much going on today, Mike. Before we do get started, I just want to talk about a couple of things before we do get rolling. I do want to say this. If you've seen this a couple days ago, and it's from last week.
Yeah.
Before the Pirates went on the road. The Pirates, Mike, at the game was Michael Keaton, one or two games right before they left for their road trip. And one thing that kind of caught me funny about Michael Keaton being at the Pirate game, that's the big difference between Pittsburgh and other cities such as Los Angeles, New York. Everybody is there kind of, showing off their celebrity. Even, when you're watching a Dodger game or a Laker game, you see all these stars and they look semi-nice and they look good. And even in New York City, I mean, come on, we've seen all the people on the sidelines at the Knicks series. But at the end of the day, Mike, when you're in Pittsburgh and you're famous or you have that clout, you don't show it like these other cities do. They go, Michael Keaton, if you didn't know it was Michael Keaton sitting there at the Pirate game, you might have never known that Michael Keaton was there at the Pirate game. So, I mean, he could be there at a lot more games. The fact of the matter is it's just a whole different mindset here in Western Pennsylvania compared to other cities around the country. And again, just it was odd, but fun in a way.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton sitting there, he had his jacket up, the sides of his jacket up. So again, that's just, I don't know, that's Pittsburgh famous, I guess.
Pittsburgh famous. And I got something for Cody.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works.
Oh, look at you.
Look at that. He drops it. He's making it. Cody made it rain, so we make it rain here.
I like it. I like it even better if I could catch them. Good afternoon.
I thought about having that set up and ready to go, and I forgot to do it. And then Cody comes in and gets the money in for the donation. We appreciate it. So I figured I'd get that up and running for you. You
know what I'd like to see, Mike? And I'm sure it's not possible because it's something that I want. I would like to be able to see, like, when you do that outside of our boxes, but everywhere on the city, have all the dollar bills flying around everywhere. So it wouldn't be over us per se. It would be just happening back around in the city. I think that would look cool, but we'll work on it.
Actually, I looked. I can't put the layers behind us, unfortunately. I thought about that earlier.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's a good idea. And again, I knew it wouldn't work because it was an idea.
It's something you wanted. Therefore, it won't work.
A few things before we do get started today, Mike. I am heavily into movies right now. I don't know what it is. You know me. I don't like movies. I started watching movies and reactions over the weekend on the internet, and it hasn't stopped. I introduced a couple new ones to my repertoire. Of course, these are all movies that I've seen, and they're all favorites of mine, but it's fun to watch them while other people react to things that are your favorite. And my favorite, Mike, that I got into yesterday, I cracked out a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Step Brothers, a classic, of course, with John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, Mike. And I just want to throw it out there, guys. Throwback Thursday alert. Yes, that's right. After watching this movie, I did go to Mike's studio and I did rub my balls on something in his studio, guys. So if you want to take any guesses on the board, anything that you see behind him is eligible for this, Mike. I did rub my balls on something in your studio. I will not tell you what it is, but if somebody guesses what it is something that you can see from your camera. But I did, in fact, after watching Step Brothers, go down in your studio and rub my balls on something just for this moment. So again, this is a throwback Thursday to yesterday when I rubbed my balls on something in your studio. If anybody wants to take guesses today and what they think it might be, we'll put you on a list if you get it right. But guys,
I'm about to put you on a list.
There was something in your visual, Mike, that was rubbed by my nuts yesterday. So again, there you go. Throwback Thursday, a little bit of fun today. If you want to take a guess, you could do that. And throughout the show, don't hesitate if you would like to do so as well. And finally, Mike, something that I did notice on I'm watching my movies yesterday, and Napoleon Dynamite's another one. Now, if you're a fan of these two movies, Friday, which was one of my favorite movies of all time from the 90s, and Napoleon Dynamite. What could be similar between these two? Napoleon Dynamite in Idaho and Friday in South Central Los Angeles. I found one thing, Mike, that really struck me, and I never noticed before. But when Uncle Rico shows up for the first time in that van, it's almost a Debo moment because he comes rolling up the road. You hear this doo-doo. It's like it's a whole different music. It's kind of somber, kind of down. But I don't know if they did it on purpose, but there's this moment that you have a Debo moment while watching Napoleon Dynamite. I kid you not. I kid you. And they did it on purpose because, again, he was that character. He's the one that kind of comes in to bully the Napoleon and his brother and all this other stuff. So just a few things, Mike. I am certainly watching some more movies.
You are.
I don't know what it is. Maybe the summer, maybe because I know the Steelers are going to be down here for another 5.5 weeks or so. But stuff to keep my mind occupied, if you will. But that's me. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I kind of worried what you rubbed your nutsack on.
I would worry if I were you. I would definitely worry.
It wasn't my headset, was it?
No.
Wasn't my microphone?
Believe me, I thought of it. No, it wasn't the microphone.
Stuff behind me.
Something in your bed. We're not going to take all day guessing. If you could
randomly
guess throughout the show, that's fine.
I really don't touch anything back there, so it's kind of I'm okay.
Like I said, throughout the show, if you want to take stabs at it, people on the board want to take stabs at it. Again, I did rub my nut. This is 100% true story. It's not even a bit for the show. Well, it is a bit, but I did rub my nuts on something in Mike's studio. So there you go. And before we do get started, Mike, I do have to get these results out because
Speaking of rubbing nuts,
it's Gay Pride Month, Mike, and I do have you and Derpy set up on a gay dating site to see who could get more views and likes. I got to be honest with you, Mike. It's neck and neck. It is neck and neck. You're not going to believe the results from today, and then we are going to get started in just a moment. Mike, the results for the day, you and Derpy are 100% tied in views, 94 to 94. It really couldn't be any tighter. It's tighter than a heterosexual's asshole. This race is, Mike, between you and Derpy. We're only about 5 days in, Mike. 94 views for 94 views, you and Derpy both. And Mike, I got to be honest with you, you're slipping just a hair in the likes, but I have confidence you'll come back, Mike, as Derpy did take the lead 32 to 30 in the likes category. What? And I know that you're serious about this, not because you're a competitive guy, but you really are into this. You wanted to win this.
I want to win. I want to win. I like to win. I was talking to people about this at work of how I am starting to lose this. And the people I talked to agreed that, I need to win this. Otherwise the Big Sexy does not live up to Big Sexy's name. And even, this is not fair. This is not right. Big Sexy needs to win. They agree. Like, I forget who suggested it the other day, but, there should be second photos, and I'm going to follow Lindsay's advice. I'm going to show the cleavage. I am going to show the goods to try and win.
All right, so
I'm in it to win it.
We can revise, Mike, but again, we're going to let it go a week. And I know you want to get in there and you want to make adjustments. And the thing is, it's unfair because Derpy is not. So but I know you're competitive. You want to win. You want to pull more ass than Derpy. I get this. And I'm finding out how serious you are as we're going along. And again, Mike, I don't know if it's because of your ego or you just really want to find out how many guys that you could pull at the end of the day.
I just don't want to lose to Derpy is what it is.
I could totally
get that. I lost the pick'em segment to him. I think, I can't lose this to him, man. Like, I mean, look at me. Like, I'm a sexy beast.
Yeah.
But like RB said, like, Derpy looks like he would just, roll over and take it from him. Like, you got to work for this.
And there you go, guys. We are up. That is your update on the Gay Pride Month competition between Mike and Derpy, both on a gay dating site. To see who could pull more ass. Mike, again, you better step your game up, my friend. That's all I got to say.
I'll do almost anything to win. Almost anything, you sick fucks. I heard the fingers are typing when I said I'd do anything. Almost anything.
All right, let's get to the board. I want to say what's up to everybody today. Lots of great faces. Look what's going on, Mike. I'm gonna look around the room here and say what's up to everybody. My man Tortilla, of course, in the hizzy. Let's go right here. Right there. I'm sorry, RB, my man RB, right from the show right here. He says this: I can't watch UFL or any spring league. The two most important parts of the game is the quarterback and the offensive line. In the spring league, the talent level is almost laughably bad. I couldn't agree with you more. It's almost it's almost like watching semi-pro football in a way. You go out and watch local teams play, but they're a little better than that. Let's go to Tortilla. Tortilla says Pirates kicked our ass. Yeah, I expected them to have a good game, but again, I still feel that they're on their free fall, Mike, as the Pirates did beat the A's yesterday 12-4. They did come around finally. They're going to have a day off today and then over to Colorado tomorrow to start a 3-game set at Colorado, and then they'll be home after that series.
Oh, come on, Buccos. Just keep winning. We got to get back on the right track, man. We got to get off the schneid.
Let's go here to RB. He says this: they need an NFL deal to survive, to use young NFL caliber talent as a minor league of sorts. And I agree 100%. And to be honest with you, RB, I think that is ultimately what's going to happen eventually. Say what's up to Vegas. He says Beetlejuice. What's up, baby? That's right. Michael Keaton in the house. Tortilla Jackson, my man. Send Mason Rudolph to the UFL. Tortilla is saying. I want to say what's up to Somber. Always great seeing Somber in the Heezy baby, all the way from Los Angeles, California. My man, let's go to Cody. Cody says, I'm glad the Pirates won because Penn State never does. You needed that win.
Indiana Hoosiers, baby.
Well, don't lump us in all with Penn State either. He says that I'm glad the Pirates win because Penn State lost. Penn State has nothing to do with me or Pittsburgh for that matter. But, let's go here to Steel Loyal. My man, Steel Loyal, all the way from North Carolina. Steel Loyal says Mason Rudolph would ball the fuck out in the UFL. Most likely. I'm sure he would do just fine. As Tommy Gunn Maddox, Mike, was the XFL
MVP. Yeah.
So, that's just the way it be. RB says, like Hakeem Butler, right, exactly. Like Hakeem Butler has been the offensive MVP 3 times in these spring leagues, yet he can't make it out of the camp in 5 straight seasons now. It just shows a major drop-off in talent. I couldn't agree with you more, brother. Cody says this: Mason Rudolph would ball out as our starting QB. Steel Loyal comments and says, on Madden, perhaps. Somber says, in your dreams. Cody said, I used to use this gun when I was a prostitute. Let's go to Vegas says this: his headphones. It is not his headphones. I did not dip my balls on Mike's headphones. That is incorrect. But you know what? You have unlimited possibilities today to throw up your guests. I did, in fact, rub my balls on something in Mike's room.
I've been a victim of sexual assault.
You have. How does it feel? Let's go to Steel Loyal. Corey, don't drink that, my man. Always great seeing Corey on the show. Corey from the my favorite podcast. I'm going to say my favorite. And that says a lot because I do watch a lot of YouTube. Mike Corey over at Don't Drink That. Go check him out. If you like conspiracy theories, if you like alien files being disclosed, if you like government doing effed up things, all those conspiracy theories, do go check Corey out right here on YouTube at Don't Drink That. He has lots of content over there for everybody. Go check it out. You're not going to not find something that you like. My man, go check Corey out at Don't Drink That right here on the tube.
On tube.
The tube. Let's go to Steel Oil. Steel Oil says time to pay Moby Dick for real. Cody says, I hope it was his mouse. I hope it was his mouse. Cody is saying, Mike, your mouse, I may have drugged my balls against it. That is not the correct answer either. Let's continue forward here a little bit. RB says the microphone. And Vegas says the forehead. Now, this was kind of my favorite one so far. And you know what? It could even earn a game ball. However, it was not the answer. I did not rub my balls on Mike's forehead just yet. Let's continue on.
Whoa. Why'd you have to add that qualifier?
It's Gay Pride Month, baby.
I
can't promise you anything. That's all I'm saying. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says, if Mason Rudolph touches a football in the state of Tennessee, it is a felony. The Chromo Dome, Cody is saying, could have been the Chromo Dome. Steel Loyal, have you ever heard of Nylon Palmer? Of course, the line from Napoleon Dynamite, Uncle Rico and Kip, their venture. Again, one of my favorite movies of all time because it's almost like Athletes, Mike. It's so freakishly weird. I just have to love it. Napoleon Dynamite, one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, it's great. It never fails to not make me laugh.
And I have my buddy that I have that's not associated with the show. Every once in a while we text back, and I said I want to go there because you could go to Napoleon's house and get your picture taken in front of the house, the school, everything where they're at. And then I looked out, it was like a 27-hour drive to Idaho. So I'm pretty sure that's never going to happen in my life, but the thought was nice.
Throw a football over those mountains.
I will go over there and throw a football over those mountains. I swear to you.
Why are you all sweaty?
Was watching Cops. Let's go here to Cody.
And that line works for both movies. Why are you all sweaty? Why are you sweating?
And it also applies to our Throwback Thursday, Mike, to yesterday when I did, in fact, rub my balls on something in your studio. So
I don't like that you rubbed your balls on something on my studio.
See, that's why I didn't tell you. If I would have told you, then it would have been a big problem.
That's a bit fucked up.
I waited till you wasn't around.
That is like a very fucked up. If you think about
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought it'd be good.
As you were laughing while you were rubbing your balls on something in my room.
Yes, that's exactly.
That was my. It's this. You rubbed it on this.
No, it's not that. I don't even know what that is.
My little fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it wasn't that.
Okay, then we're good.
Okay, now you can't keep guessing. Every once in a while, throw in a guess if you like. Let's go to Cody. He says, you're hitting them corners too fast, baby. Slow this motherfucker down. Almost made me spill my yak on this suit. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says Mason Rudolph would ball out like Hakeem Butler did. Now Butler's back in the NFL, but for how long exactly, Joe? It's probably going to be the same as it's been. Of course, here with us and also other places. Tortilla says, "Joke's on you, Ryan. You rubbed your nuts. You rubbed your nuts on the camera while it was live. Did you see that? Did you see that, Tortilla? That was a faux pas, and I did, of course, fix that. Let's go here to Cody. He said balls, but he meant taint. Let's go to RB. RB says, Yinzer Joe, correct. Mason could be the Tom Brady of the spring, and I agree. Just as I stated about Tommy Maddox being the MVP of the XFL, I think that Mason Rudolph could probably be highly successful in the UFL. I truly do. Somber, my man, he says, how many more days? It's getting weird. We less than 2 weeks. We have about 10 days. Again, keeping track daily. I don't want to have any, and there's no room for error. Again, I know Mike's very competitive, and again, Durfee. So I noticed that yesterday. You were like, "No, why don't you let me get my hands on the
I wanted to edit my profile. So I
could go and edit. Here's the thing: I made it as generic as it could be for both of you. So there's no edge, and you guys are neck and neck.
It's not my fault that I am comfortable with my sexuality, where I can roll with this joke and Derpy is not. So what does
that got to do about you getting on there and updating?
Hey, this is about winning, and I will debase myself to win.
Yes, so that's what's going on.
I will prostitute myself to get a win.
And I do have to say, Mike, let me just grab this out of my lap here while I have the chance. I do have Mike's dummy in the house here today, also for the big event.
Why does he always in your lap?
Yeah, baby. Let's move on. Let's go right here.
Christ. Maybe you did drag your balls across my forehead.
Cody
is that why it's extra shiny?
It is. Cody says Mike's only tied because he's on there year round. Ooh. You know what? I didn't come across any other people with his names, but that's not saying that he's not. RB says these dudes just want to titty fuck Derpy. Yes, that is one of the. Come on, if that isn't one of the most entertaining parts of This Is the End, when Seth Rogen was worried about getting titty fucked by that guy. Of all the movies I just watched, I may have laughed the hardest the 3 times that he brought it up in This Is the End. Totally hilarious. Like maybe that's what we'll do to Derpy if he loses. We'll titty. You can titty fuck.
No, I'm not titty fucking him.
Let's go here to once JPJ signs is when it's going to be. Somber says fuck. Cody says Derpy's knockers are famous. They are famous. They are they are famous.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm willing to lose if you add Derpy's topless pics to this.
You're willing. I don't want you to lose. So that's the this.
Okay, how about after the competition?
See, this is why I can't have a we can't have a competition.
After the competition, you take my profile.
You're like the obnoxious little brother. Can we do this? Can we do that? Can I change my thing? Can we do that? No, it's set.
We're having a little role reversal here. Let me speak. After the competition, take my profile down, leave Derpy's up, and put the topless pic on.
Yeah, maybe.
And we'll randomly just check to see what kind of sick messages he gets.
All right, we're almost there.
I think we got something.
There's only 12 more days in June. I can only do so much. Relax. Let's get back to the board. Vegas says built like post transformation Chet in weird science. Yinzer Joe says, Ryan, you're going to make Mike join another gay dating site just to help himself up. I know. I have to watch this very closely, Joe. You don't understand how bizarre Mike is with this.
I will generate 1,000 emails, make 1,000 fake accounts to win this.
I know you will. That's why I'm not allowing.
That's the sad part.
Let's go here to RB. RB says disadvantage Mike. These hyper aggressive. They are very aggressive. I do have to say, as I get in every day to do these counts, Mike. These and we're not going to get in because there's a lot of them, but we will take the best of the messages sent to both you and Derpy at the end and read them. I think that you're going to be maybe not surprised, but you should be surprised. They're have been very aggressive so far. In a good way for Mike and Derpy, I guess you would say. Aggressive homosexuals aren't looking for a long time or anything. They're looking for a good time, and Derpy just looks desperate and easy to them. I couldn't agree more. There's something about him, like there's something there in his Superman costume that's certainly pulling them in.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I like this one here. Cody says this: Derpy's knockers and Finch's teeth. As you recall, when Finch was in Vegas, he put a video up, and it was basically he was toothy as can be. The whole video.
He was like this, teeth. Talking with it.
Yeah.
And like I try to get in there to like see if I can ever change the cover photo, and it won't let me. Like YouTube's like, no, you're stuck with this, fam.
And it's funny it keeps coming up because again, it kind of came and went, and they still continue to talk about his teeth. So that is something that we could certainly use moving forward. It's something that I noticed immediately, but I wasn't going to say. But now that the board is saying it, obviously we have to take full advantage.
So who would have thought Finch's teeth would be evergreen content?
I knew they'd be evergreen, but the content I wasn't sure. Let's get back here to Cody. I'm sorry, to Corey, my man. Corey says this. I looked up open tryouts for the UFL, and you have to go all the way to Texas or Cali to try out, and you have to pay to try out. LOL. I strongly consider that'd be cool, man. Keep us posted if you do. Fucking A. Let's go to Just Learning. What up, bros? Always great seeing Just Learning from 6969 North New Mexico. I promise I'll never forget it again. I forget things once, and that's it. Well, like this, I forget everything else all the time, but I'll never forget. It's 6969 New Mexico. Tater in the house. You know what? Always great seeing Tater, even though he changed his colors, and I think that's a good thing actually that he did change his colors. But Tater, all the way from Northern Ireland, guys. The Tater Tart in the house, of course, the former Cleveland Brown fan. I think the move that you made was for the better. You know that you're always welcome here in the black and gold, baby. He's trying San Francisco now. I get it. He's European. He's he's curious. He's into trying different new things like the Europeans do. So for that reason, I'm letting him go. But I think ultimately we know where Tater is going to end up. Welcome back, Tater. Vegas says, do we just have a Me Too mode? Or do we just become best friends? Tortilla says this. Tater Burger, the old Tater Burger in the Heezy Big Baby. Tyrone, my man, the GOAT in the house. He says that JPJ's the GOAT, but I say you, my man Tyrone, are the GOAT. Always great to see you on the terrible board, my friend. Welcome back to the show. Corey, Don't Drink That said I was watching Don't Be a Menace last night, so I have those lines stuck in my head right now. Another fantastic one, which may lead me to a whole new direction today with Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Another one of my favorite movies from the 90s.
Great movie.
Look at this one. Another Mike Vegas today with the vote for Derpy. Vote for Derpy. Vote for Derpy. Vote for Derpy. Again, if you are familiar with Napoleon Dynamite, it all goes together just right. Tortilla said this is like the presidential pride race. It is. It really is. I do not discriminate. I might be an asshole sometime, but I don't discriminate. I promise you. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says, blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And isn't it older the berry, the sweeter the juice, or younger the berry, the sweeter the juice? Of course, from Friday. Whoa there. Still loyal. Vegas, he says, in Ryan's lap with the mouth wide open. Usually that is how the procedure is, yes.
Yeah. That's usually where my poor dummy is.
Like when I'm holding the head of a gypsy, with boar rats, another one that I may be referring to today. Yeah, y'all got it. Again, Vegas says again. Let's go here to Steel Loyal Somber. Don't this remind you of the military? Jeez, oh man. Cody says Somber was in the military in World War II. He was in the military in World War II. He was seeing the Italians hooking up with the Germans, and he said, "Fuck this shit. I'm from Los Angeles, bitches." That's what happened. I seen it. It's true. RB says the loser has to have their phone number posted on the profile for 1 week. Ding, 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 Mike. I think this is a very good one, actually.
Damn.
Because I do know how aggressive these guys have been, and I think that could be an excellent.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That is like extremely fucked up, and I can't. Yeah.
I mean that moves RB way up. RB.
Everyone that comes in here.
RB's on. He's on the list anyway because of course he's part of the show. But that's really good. I could really move him up the list, Mike. Let's continue on though.
He's about to make the way onto the enemy list.
Tortilla says World War II was fought on the Penn State football field, like the Penn State football. You know what? It's possible the Civil War might have been, of course, going right through Pennsylvania in a very, very, very famous battle of Gettysburg. Could have worked their way over, I'm sure. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Steel says this stormed the beaches of Normandy. Cody says floated it in the boat in Omaha. Let's go here to the Battle of Aliquippa. Tortilla says. Also, let's go to Vegas. We fought to protect our airports in the Revolutionary War. You gotta protect those airports, baby. Somber was there too. LOL. Cody says. Yinzer Joe, he says, is it possible the guys think Derpy is handicapped and gay? Very. It's actually very possible. But again, I'll leave that up to the opinions up to the beholder. I don't know if they think he is or not, but I would guess yes. That would be my guess. LOL. I mean, they probably think he can do anything without limits. You know. Ooh.
Oh.
Let's go right here. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Wait, he changed teams? Not yet. Who knows what's going to happen after this? Cody says Finch got them George Washington teeth. Whoa, yes. You know what? I love it. Cody, my man. Finch with the wooden teeth. Here's a joke. Curiosity killed the cat tater. Curiosity killed the tater tot. Vegas says this. Vegas says murdered slave teeth mixed with 2x4s. Sit your ass on that plastic, Corey. And then finally, Vegas, Poor Rat's interview on Opie and Anthony was the greatest interview he did at the end. It was a fantastic movie from beginning to end. If you've never seen Borat, great comedy. Guys, let's get to it. It's episode 986. We have 87 days, Mike. Mark Bruner. We have Mark Bruner days until the season does kick off here in Pittsburgh against the Atlanta Falcons. So much to get into today. Camp is wrapped up. Rookie school's wrapped up. We got a little bit over a month here, guys. About a month and 10 days. So about 40 days, give or take, until camp does start. Training camp in St. Vincent College in Latrobe. Everybody's excited. I think a lot of people's optimistic after this offseason, Mike. A lot of positive things happen for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think people are really feeling it as it's getting closer. Again, say what you will, but we're going to be in 12 days. It's going to be wrapping up June, and we're going to be saying that we have camp this month. So we're that close, guys. If you can even believe it, Mike, we were just waiting on that damn draft. It was taking forever to get to, but here we are already working our way into July here in 2026. So it will not be long, guys. So much to get into. Let me grab a couple more of these messages, and we are going to get we're going to get to it, guys. Let's go right here to tortilla wooden teeth scare the gays away. Oh, okay. Oh, that's why Finch wasn't involved. RB says, I have a friend, Justin, that I've been friends with for 35 years. Ever since texting became popular, I leave his number on bathroom stalls, all truck stops and public bathrooms every time. Yeah, that's great, man. Every time I travel. Here's one for you. My childhood phone number is on the bottom side of the bridge of the town I grew up in. And I highly doubt, and it's real big. One of my buddies did it as a gag when we were kids, and we'd get out on the catwalk underneath the bridge, and all that shit. Well, anyway, in real big black paint, he put my number 7288599, and it still probably is there today. I can't imagine anybody climbed under there and started cleaning the inside of that, but it's till today. I bet you if you went down there, climbed under that bridge, you would see that phone number. It says for a good time. 7288599. Let's go to Vegas. Did you come Lithuania with a name like Gerazunas? It's Greek. As a matter of fact, it is Greek. Not Lithuanian. You know what? I think I do have some Lithuanian, though, somewhere. But definitely not from the name side. Let's continue down here to RB. RB says this. So for 18 to 20 years, now he's constantly complains about getting random texts from hyper-aggressive homosexuals all the time. Can't change his number because it's tied to a family business. Even better.
Jesus Christ, RB.
Is my accountant takes phone calls. Vegas says you have to see Borat's movie. It's one of my favorite all time. Easy. Easy. Let's go to RB. So even till today, he doesn't know why that should do. That is great. Vegas says old women didn't get Borat at all. Tortilla says my wife. Yeah. And his wife died, and he got a new wife. Let's do get at it, guys. Let's get to some Steelers talk. Pittsburgh Steelers talk. That's right. Black and gold, black and gold, black and gold all day, every day, right here, 365 days a year with the two Dum Yinzers. Welcome back to the show. Glad to see everybody today. Welcome back to the terrible board. Welcome back to the show. Michael, let's get into it.
Let's do this.
Sorsby, yesterday we decided that this is one of the, and we decided at the very beginning of the week when we heard it that Brendan Sorsby is one of the worst ideas, Mike, that the Steelers can even entertain. Of course, I think that I think they're coming to their senses. I think they're not going to pursue Brendan Sorsby, Mike. The latest note that we do have here is that the Steelers are doing their homework in regards to Brendan Sorsby, and I'm glad that they are doing their homework, Mike, because I have a couple numbers here that may help you decide for yourself if this Brendan Sorsby, albeit he has 9,000 bets out and 90,000, whatever, the guy has a bit of an issue with gambling. But Mike, these are the numbers. These are numbers from all these people that just came out in the past couple years in the draft, between Mendoza, Carson Beck, Drew Aller, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Tyler Shough, Jalen Milroe, and also Dylan Gabriel. Mike, these are their senior year numbers of their off-target rate, and also their catchable ball rate. Let's compare what Brendan Sorsby looks like it is as far as his last season played compared to all these players last season played, whether it was their senior year, whether it wasn't, whatever it was. This is the comparison to that, guys. So as of right now, Mike, if you look at the off-target rate, the quarterbacks throwing the ball off target, from all those names that I just named, the highest one is, of course, Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe has a 12.3. He had a 12.3 off-target rate, Mike, in his last year, which was 2024 in school. Brendan Sorsby passes all of them, even the leader, Jalen Milroe, with a 13.8. A 13.8 off-target rate for Brendan Sorsby in his last season played in college, Mike. And, of course, that's against Mendoza, Beck, Aller, Ward, Dart, Shough, Milroe, and Dylan Gabriel. He has a higher. So if you think any of those guys really came and took the league by storm, this guy didn't do as good as all these people. So, you may like a guy like Jackson Dart like I do, but you may also look at those names and say, okay, I'm going to guess that probably more than half these guys aren't going to do that great in the NFL. And just know that Brendan Sorsby does have a higher off-target rate than every single one of those young quarterbacks that has just recently entered the NFL. And, Mike, finally, this one here, if you heard the first statistic. This one may make sense to you. This is the catchable ball rate. The catchable ball rate between the same group of quarterbacks, like these young quarterbacks. The person that has the lowest percentage of a catchable ball rate between all them quarterbacks, Mike, is in fact in college. It would have been Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck, out of all those quarterbacks, again, Mike, Mendoza, Beck, Aller, Ward, Dart, Shuck, Milroe, Gabriel, and his catchable ball rate is the lowest amongst all of them, 77.4. Our man Brandon Sorsby, 75.3, which is lower than every single one of those young quarterbacks on that list. Again, Shuck, 77.4, the lowest, 75.3, and again, that is Brendan Sorsby. So do your own homework as well, as the Steelers are, Mike. And I think if you do that, you come to the conclusion that leave this guy alone. You have two young guys already. And if there's something in the 2027 draft that you see that you like, then you pursue it. I don't think that there's any way that you touch Brendan Sorsby with a 135-foot pole.
You don't. And all these reports now, people are like, oh my God, he's at least a second-round pick. Oh man, he would have been the second best quarterback coming out of the draft last year. If that was the case, why did he transfer to Texas Tech and not come out? Why would he, pass up first-round money to go play at Texas Tech? I mean, it makes zero sense. The guy 2 years ago was seen as a flyer in the 7th round type guy. The year we drafted Howard in the 5th, 6th round. Okay, this is what this guy is. He's not an elite quarterback. He puts up gaudy numbers against god-awful teams in college.
Can I make one side note?
Yeah.
Just in his case, and listen, I'm not making a case for him. I just want to say Pitt, who did have one of the better defenses the last time we played Cincy, he put up 298 yards. However, we did come back like 27 points in this game to win. But again, this Pitt has a good defense generally. And again, they had a nice team that year. He did put up 298 yards, some touchdowns. So again, it wasn't the pathetic defenses. No, because again, Pitt does have a pretty stout defense, if anything.
Yeah. And he had, some, like good games against good competition. Every quarterback will, but the vast majority of his good stats were against substandard opponents. And when he played equal or above, he did not fare that well. And we kind of got two guys kind of like that. And we're working on those projects. You're not going to get work on someone like him. And he is just toxic. I'm sorry. You're betting on against your own team. And then you're going to go out there and you're going to play what means you're not betting on yourself, or you're betting against your own team while you're out there playing. Every incompletion, every sack, every interception, every overthrown, underthrown ball is going to be scrutinized, analyzed. Like, there's a golden rule in sports, and that you don't bet on your own sport and you don't bet on your own team. And you broke. And
you don't get high off your own supply.
You don't get high off your own supply. You fucked up. There used to be this thing called consequences of your own actions. Like, when you fucked up, you're done. That's what happens. It's like these guys that are getting arrested for domestic violence and all these, and then other shit. Like, you fucked up. Okay, you don't have a right to play in the NFL. Brendan Sorsby going, I gambled on my own team. I should be allowed to play. That'd be like me going, hey guys, I committed a little wire fraud. I should still be able to go work on Wall Street. No, you lose certain privileges when you commit certain crimes. If you're you get busted for computer hacking, they can tell you you're not allowed to have a computer anymore. Dude, we find you on there, we're gonna, you're going back into jail. There's consequences to your actions, dude. And you're not that good of a quarterback. If you're a generational talent, I would kind of maybe sort of want my team to go roll the dice on you. If you were like a Peyton Manning type prospect,
what's he gonna do with all these bets, Mike, if he doesn't get a job in the NFL? I mean, the guy's gotta support his gambling habits.
Hey, dude, you went to college for how many years? Gotta have a degree.
Yeah, come on now, Sorsby.
It's like in his lawsuits, his lawyers arguing, if he's not allowed to play, it's gonna, be harmful for him in the future. Well, him doing these actions are harmful for him in the future. He did this to himself. You fucked up, homie.
Maybe somebody could set up a GoFundMe for him and he could get rich. There you go. Let's get back to the board here, Mike. We are talking, of course, about a ridiculous Brendan Sorsby storyline. Again, I don't even know why. I just had maybe as I seen RB as I was kind of going down through these messages. It's more of a click thing right now, guys, because again, at the end of the day, there shouldn't be any reason that Brendan Sorsby should be on our radar at all. We are literally in the position, the last position to be interested in a guy like Brendan Sorsby just because of what we have going. We have a starter right now. We have a backup right now. We have two young kids that could or may or may not be the future of the team. And also we have a draft coming in 2027 that is very quarterback heavy. Brendan Sorsby should not even, again, I hope they do their homework better than I did my homework when I was in school, because they really need to not let this be a thing here in Pittsburgh, Mike. Again, move on, get ready for camp. We got a lot of things. And you may hope that maybe our Steelers might go after a free agent, maybe something to tighten up one of the rooms on the team, Mike. This is people aren't putting this out. They're not rolling this out. Can the Steelers do anything else? Is there anything that they could do from now forward? And here is a list, Mike, of the 9 top free agents left out there. This was something that I stole off the internet somewhere. I don't think it's anything. Let's grab right here, Mike. These are your top 9. Your top 9 NFL free agents at the moment. Joey Bosa, of course. Joey Bosa, the edge. Bobby Wagner, the inside linebacker. And people are going to say he's old. And at the end of the day, man, everywhere he goes, Mike, he thumps and he leads his team in tackles. And again, our inside linebacker room is a bit, but we are under new coaching staff and a new defensive coordinator. So I'm going to just walk right by that as we speak. Mike, the next person on the list is the top 9 free agents at the moment in the NFL. Stephon Diggs, of course, the wide receiver. We talked a little bit about him yesterday. Number 4, Deebo Samuel, who I am totally not against taking. I mean, if they would have listen, if you had Deebo Samuel to DK Metcalf to Pittman to Bernard, throw Deebo in there and then Roman, and then whatever you have at the tail end, whether it be Skoranek, whatever. But I mean, look at the depth of that room. If you do add somebody like Deebo Samuel, it's kind of a night and day difference. You go from Metcalf, Pittman, and rookie Bernard, and then a little bit of a bunch of, I don't know. We don't know what Roman's going to do. We don't know what's beyond that. Now you're talking DK Metcalf, Pittman, Deebo Samuel, Jeremy Bernard, and then Roman and the rest of everything. Mike, again, I don't know what our interests are. I don't know if this is even a consideration. But for me, I would take a shot, maybe try to get him in on a short contract, pay him a little bit of dough, and see what we could get from a high-flying offense.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind like someone like Deebo. Like, you're not asking him to be the Deebo Samuel of old.
Exactly.
He's out there, hey, catch third down pass every once in a while. Move the chains a little bit for us.
And it's upsetting. Yeah,
do a little something in open space for us every once in a while. You're like our 4th, 5th, 6th literally probably like our 7th, 8th option on offense at that point. We're not asking for a whole hell of a lot. Just go out there when your number's called, be the vet and do what vet things do.
And you know what? I agree heavily with what's being said on the board here moving forward, Mike. It looks like there is interest in Bobby Wagner. And you know me personally, when he was in Seattle, Mike, years back, I said, man, we can bring in Bobby Wagner. The guy's still got it. He goes to Washington, still gets well over 100 tackles. He's a thumper. And you know what? I agree with everybody on the board who would like the idea of a Bobby Wagner signing. I don't think it would hurt us. Let's continue on the board, though, Mike. This is also what else is going on the 9 top free agents right now. Next on the list is the also from Washington, the edge Von Miller. Mike, of course, he's known. He's been around the league. He's seen his day, and Denver was, I think, his high points. Also on the list, Mike, Jadeveon Clowney, the edge, of course, from Dallas. Last Clowney's pretty much played for every team besides for us. I'm not interested in him. He was a Raven. He wasn't good enough to be a Raven and continue to be a Raven. I have no interest in that. Mike, next on the list is Keenan Allen, a name that you did mention the other day. You mentioned Keenan Allen. I said, geez, is he even in the league still? He's old. Keenan Allen on the list. Matt Milano, of course, the linebacker from Buffalo, and Rasul Douglas, the cornerback from Miami, Mike, is what they're saying is the 9 top free agents as of right now. Does anybody on there catch your interest? Let me just go through them real quick so you can hear the names again. Joey Bosa, Bobby Wagner, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Von Miller, Jadeveon Clowney, Rasul Douglas, Keenan Allen, and Matt Milano. Anybody in there got you opening your wallet up? And not to spend a lot of money, but
I kicked the tires on Bobby Wagner.
I would too.
Like it's a little different from 4-3 linebacker, 3-4 backer, but the guy's a vet. He's a tackle machine. I wouldn't mind giving him a try. Like I said, not opposed to kicking the tires also on Debo. Like if Stephon Diggs didn't have all the weird off the field stuff constantly happen with him, I wouldn't mind giving him a shot. Yeah, there's off the field issues.
When he was where was he? Just Buffalo?
Minnesota.
What was his issues there? Because again, there was things happening. The thing was, I didn't even pay attention to Buffalo. I knew that with his old lady, there was some problems or some shit.
Yeah, it just all tends to bleed over. Like, he was doing coke before the season, like on camera, him on a boat with a bunch of women, and like his cocaine bag ripped open and shit like that. Like, dude, if you want to go do some hard drugs in the offseason, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But when it's on camera, it's bad judgment. Like teammates are always leery of him. He, like they like his talent, but he's always that guy when you're asked questions. Hey, who would you least like to hang out with your family or date your sister? And everyone's like Diggs. Like he's a weird guy. Never been.
He's weird because everyone wants to hang out with him.
Doesn't want to hang out with him. Doesn't want them around their family and kids or daughters and stuff like that. Like. But it never has bled into him being a locker room cancer, but there's always just like something going on with him. And I don't know if we need that right now, but he's still a productive receiver. But just some guys to come in and if we need like Wagner, it maybe Debo.
You know what? I want to get back on the board, Mike. I don't want to get too far behind. A lot of people have some comments on the topics today. I don't want to miss anybody. Let's get back at it. Let's go right here to Tortilla. He says this. He says Sorsby literally sounds like a sports betting app. Join today at on the Sorsby betting app and get you free $500.
Use code Sorsby.
Use code Sorsby. Let's go to Corey. Don't drink that. How the fuck are you going to have a gambling addiction when you barely legal enough to gamble? You must have been playing craps in high school on the lunch table or some shit. Let's go down here to Cody. Cody says this. He says, that was a genius. That was genius. Where did you learn that? Saw it in a movie. The guys got their meal paid for, got away scot-free. The guys caught up to them on the highway and killed them. Let's go to RB. RB says this. I'm going to start taping pictures on the stall doors that will be a close-up of Derpy's face, and under it I'm going to write Derpy is watching you poop. I like it a lot, actually. I like it a lot. Let's go to Vegas. My gambling addiction started at 7, filling out Keno slips at dinner with that black crayon they had at every dinner table. They always put in a little wrapper. Like, what's the wrapper for? Let's go here to Cody. He says, RB, too bad you can't put duct tape on these stalls at the stadium. Mike, I do know that Charlie Batch is beating the drum strong. He's saying as of today, still reporting, Mike, Charlie Batch believes that they are behind doors working on things for a possible new stadium. So whether you believe what Charlie's saying or not, that is something that he believes strongly, Mike, because it's about 3 weeks now. I've seen stories. And again, this was as of today. He still believes that there are, let me see the words, behind. Fixed. I think we got some things fixed. We do apologize. I'm not quite sure what happened, but welcome back, everybody.
It's high winds. I just saw an alert pop up on my computer. High winds in the area, so it could be affecting us that way.
High winds. There you go, guys. High winds. We do apologize about that. Let's do scoot along here. I'm going to try to find where I was on the board rather quickly. So there it is. Derpy's watching you poop. The stadiums. Yes, Charlie Batch, guys. Charlie Batch is, Mike, again, he's reporting that he believes behind the scenes action is being taken to, again, get some maybe some information on a new stadium for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, Mike, people say, wow, I mean, it's pretty quick. But again, we're going into 2027, which puts us at about 26 years old. And Three River Stadium made it exactly 30 years. So we're only about 3 seasons off from that being the same.
Is the new stadium and Aaron Rodgers' $30 million in the same room with Charlie Batch?
I do not
I love you, Charlie. Just wondering, because some of your reporting lately has been a bit off, kind of like some of your downfield throws.
Let's go here to Vegas. Vegas says 50 cents a game was in my wheelhouse as I got $5 a week in allowance. Yeah, I never got into it too much. I don't know why. and never got into gambling at all, as a matter of fact.
I get the itch every once in a while. I just want to go gamble, place some bets online, go some casinos.
Tortilla, if we draft Sorsby, I'll bet on him for sure. RB says, Cody, that's why they make glue sticks, LOL. Okay, going back to his stall door. Let's go to RB. RB says this Sorsby stuff is just national and local media being lazy and doing anything for clicks. I couldn't agree more. In engagement, I don't see a quarterback being in the plans for next year either. It makes 0 sense right now. Maybe they hold off a year, see how these kids could do, and maybe grab Arch the following year. Who knows?
What people are forgetting, especially national and local media, the Steelers traded up for Drew Aller. Mike McCarthy has said nothing but great and glowing things about Will Howard. Like, these guys are invested in developing these two quarterbacks.
Yeah, it sure seems so. Let's go right here to Cody. Cody says he got $6 million at Tech, bro. Also, Vegas, Sorsby placed a bet that he would attend at least 2 schools. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says Sorsby is like taking the worst parts of CJ Stroud and Justin Herbert. Interesting. Dude, always great seeing JD, seeing the dude on the board, my man. Afternoon, fellas. Dude. Cody says he hey, Mike, remind you of anyone? Let's go here to Paul. It's Steel Loyal, my man. He says Paul Crew, superstar versus half a star. Of course, Paul Crew from The Longest Yard. Adam Sandler in the second one. Let's go to RB. He says at Tortilla, that's an excellent observation. You nailed that one. Vegas says Sorsby will end up on some betting site commercial. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says this at my work. If you fuck up, you die or get fired or both. Are they actually paying you? Where the hell where are you working, Cody? Get the hell out of there. Let's go here. Let's go to Steel. Steel says I would take Bobby Wagner like yesterday. I'm right on the board with you with that. Like I've liked Bobby Wagner for years.
You and I have talked about on the show for a couple of years now. Like when he was still available, even though we're like, yeah, he's older, but my God, dude is just a tackling machine.
He really is. I mean, that's something that we need right there in the middle. And again, I wouldn't mind a little depth. You can't continue to go on and on about Cole Holcomb and Malik Harrison. Mike, again, I think he's certainly an upgrade from both of those guys. So if you're going to pick him up for depth and maybe cut one of them, I would be totally fine with that. Bernard is him. Tyrone is saying, let me go right back here. Tortilla, I also wouldn't mind Bobby Okereke, the inside linebacker. Tortilla says Wagner would help Queen and Wilson a lot, though, for sure, dude. That's what I'm saying because, besides for Queen and Wilson, we have Malik Harrison and Cole Holcomb. I would love to have Bobby Wagner in that mix. Let's go here. I'd take Bobby Wagner if he's cheap and cut Harrison and Mason. There you go. That is Ty. Also, Cody says pretty much all those wide receivers would roast JPJ except Bernard. Let's go here to RB. I'd rather help Weegen or Heinrich, who are much, 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 much younger and more athletic than Samuel. That's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe on a short, just something short if we can bring him in. And again, just try to put together because again, at the end of the day, this team with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback more than likely isn't going to be as fluent next season, one might say. So again, maybe bring Debo in this year, get the weapons, and try to make a run at it. Because next year it might be Dumber that's starting at quarterback. So again,
that's great.
I'm all about taking advantage when get it when the getting's good. And if we could make some leeway this year, we could win some games, get in the playoffs, and win. I'm all about adding that short contract, that short position in there for somebody like Debo. Again, just to make a run at it. Because again, next year it might not be as smooth sailing. And I'm not saying it's going to be smooth this year. As a matter of fact, we are going to look at the schedule this show, Mike, and we're going to take a look at it a month in. We let it sink in for a month. Everybody on the board and at home, you let it sink in for a month. Today, we're going to go through the schedule game by game and see how we feel today. Do we feel the same today that we did a month ago? Again, things happen. I see a bunch of positive things, but we're going to take a look at the schedule a little bit later today to see how we feel after a month after the schedule has been released. Let's get back to the board. Let's go right here. But RB, yes, he does. Absolutely. Again, I agree. But on the other hand, I wouldn't mind having Debo for, bring him in, like I said, bring him in something short. I don't know where he wants, what he's looking at. But if he's not playing anywhere, maybe, just maybe. Tyrone says, I don't think Weegan be wide receiver a lot. He thinks that he will be here, there, and he will be more special teams. More than likely. That's what I'm thinking as well.
That's what I think, because he didn't play a lot of receiver in college.
No. He's a specialist. The
like,
guy.
Yeah, like work on him on the receiver thing, get him out there in some screens or some shit, see what he can do in open space, but he's predominantly a returner.
Mike, that also, you know what? I don't know if I want to get into this just yet. Vince Williams, Mike, he thinks that Roman Wilson's breakout season is on the horizon. Mike, he says that he has to create more of a rapport with Aaron Rodgers to do that. But I think possibly this could happen, especially under the new coaching staff. Aaron has these guys, as I'm reading, Mike, he's reading, he has these players, these receivers, working with them. They, you know, when coaches aren't there, they get together, they're working on different things, and he's pretty precise. So again, maybe Aaron just wasn't able to keep up with the Aaron Rodgers part of it as last year went through. I don't know what the issue is, but again, this year we will see, Mike, and under a new coaching staff, that may or may not yield the same results. So again, very interesting to see what happens with him.
Yeah, I saw like Darnell Washington. I think it was Big Darnell talking about like with Aaron, like you have to be on your game, like he has all these hand signals and stuff, and he will quiz you on them. And if you don't know him, that's not good, because you never know when he's going to bust out those hand signals to you. You might not use them for weeks, and out of nowhere he looks at you and throws that signal. It's like, you better know what that means.
So is Roman Wilson's success or lack thereof, is it a result of not knowing the ins and the outs of playing with Aaron Rodgers? Because I have the same thing that you have here with Darnell Washington. He's talking about the ins and the outs of playing with Aaron. You got to be on the same page, quote, end quote. There's a lot to learn. Is what Darnell Washington was saying, and I assume what you were referring to. So, I mean, was Roman Wilson's lack of success due to him just not being able to be on the same page as a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers? Again, this is something we will learn this year, Mike, because at the end of the day, it's either going to be the same or it's going to be different. It's going to come down to, okay, well, this was the problem, this wasn't the problem. But at the end of the day, Mike, there's a lot to know. And I like that. I like the fact that there's a lot to know. I like the fact that Aaron makes you think at the end of the day, with a lot of the T's, the I's crossing and dotting, Mike, the ins, the outs, being on the same page. So again, that plays into it heavily. And again, we will continue to monitor what happens with Roman Wilson.
Yeah, because we see what happened when he's out there, man. He can find space. He's good with the ball in his hands. I think he's a really good route runner. I think he developed into a top tier route runner. Just how fluid he is in and out of his breaks, and get that little things done with Aaron. He, like Calvin Austin said when he left, like Aaron wants to know that I want you in that spot. That play says you got to be here, you be there. Whereas some other quarterbacks drift a little, I'll find you, don't matter. Right. Aaron's a precision guy.
Maybe that's what it is. Like maybe Roman just didn't get on Aaron's page.
Have it. Yeah, he just didn't get up to speed fast enough for that. And hey, this year, if he gets up to speed for it, that's going to be awesome, because you saw they had some connection last year when he played and when he threw the ball. He can find those soft spots in the zone. He knows how to run his routes in parallel with other guys too. He knows how to, bait the corners and stuff. He has some elite route running traits, and if him and Aaron can build that trust, it can be a scary combination. I'm not talking Ben AB type scary, but a scary combination against some of the lower level corners he'll be going against.
I'm just wondering what, if that's the case, what Aaron Rodgers sees when he looks downfield. He sees big DK, big target down there. He sees little Calvin Austin. Then all of a sudden he looks over and sees Roman Wilson. He instead of seeing Roman, I'm picturing him seeing like a rodeo clown running around in circles and falling and shit. I mean, this has to be what Aaron sees, because again, it was almost sometimes it was against the play to stay away from Roman. And again, he just did not get that many reps. So let's continue to follow that as we can move forward. Let's get back on the board right here to RB. He says, but much younger, I mean, in football terms, so much less miles on the tires. Of course, he's talking about the last comment between Weegan, Heinrich, and then Deebo Samuel. Let's continue along right here to the original OG. Yinzer Joe says this: for those seasoned to be a success, who in your mind on offense and defense has to step it up? Who has to stay on the field? I have something along those lines coming up a little bit further, but in my opinion, that for this season to be a success, I think our quarterback has to stay healthy. I don't think I think if we run into the issue, Mike, where he goes down early, maybe he tears something, blows something. At the end of the day, I think this is going to be a very long season if Aaron Rodgers isn't back there. Listen, he's not a Steelers quarterback, if you will, but at the end of the day, he's a big part of what we have going on. If you take him and you have to go lesser, you have to go with a Mason or one of the other two guys. I think this becomes a very long season at the end of the day. As far as defense goes, I think the defense is very, very deep. I think that it was it was borderline, and then they added a lot of players in the secondary. They of course signing Herbig to his extension. The defensive line is I think we have some depth going on, Mike. So I don't know if there's one person that we could be missing on the defense that would F up the whole season. But I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers, if he is not involved with the team, I don't think that this team is going to win nearly as many games as they probably will with him back there.
Oh, yeah. The offense is going to run through Aaron and through the O-line. I think that right there is the offensive line, and Aaron Rodgers have to be the ones that step it up and be the driving force on offense. Because if you can't throw the ball, or if you can't protect your quarterback, you can't open up lanes for your running back, your offense is fucked. So it starts up front right there. And then if your quarterback can't hit the open guys or are willing to hang back in the pocket, it's going to be a long season. So those 6 guys right there are the main force on offense. Then on defense, I think it's going to be your front 7, your D-line and your linebackers. Again, everything runs through the trenches on both sides of the ball. And for our defense, that's where it starts. And I think those 6 guys or 7 guys on defense got to step it up.
I think that again, as I was mentioning, Mike, I think that the defense is again, they were borderline with depth. I think they really added to that depth this offseason. In the offense, I think now is borderline. They're getting a little closer to having a secure depth. Again, building a wide receiver room, numero uno. I mean, come on. You get a couple extra wide receivers, you're already ahead of the game there. And on the line, you're drafting your dunker, and you're hoping that Max is going to be your starter.
Yeah.
So, again, the depth is coming on the offense. The depth on the defense, I think, is pretty strong. So, again, for me personally, I can only come up with one guy. If they are missing from this team, that this will be a totally different season, Joe. I think that would be the quarterback. In fact, it would be Aaron Rodgers. Again, not a lifelong Steeler. He's not going to be here next year. But you know what? He is the very, very important piece of this team. Maybe not the most important at the end of the day, but he does play the most important position on the field. And I think he's the guy without, that's where the results change. RB says this, Tyrone, I think he makes a nice whatever. And short guy is a slot wide receiver, more of a situational guy. But yeah, I agree. But still some same sort of basic skill set. Let's continue. Go ahead, Mike.
Let's say Legion's, he only caught 23 passes in college. I think he has a lot of work to do before we can put him out on offense, especially with the guys in front of him.
He's not going to be a big piece on offense anytime soon. I wouldn't imagine.
No.
But we will see. Let's continue on, Mike. Tyrone says Yinzer Joe's offense. I think DK in defense. TJ. Interesting. That's interesting with the TJ. But we could win without DK. We've proved it at the end of the season last year. We made the playoffs without DK. So, but interesting. Everybody, there's not a wrong answer. So again, very interesting on that. Let's go here to our Tyrone. He says, I agree, RB. Let's go to Cody. He says, trade Highsmith for Buda Baker so we can watch DK run him down. Cody, shut up. Tyrone says, Tortilla says, oh shit, they both get locked out. Yes, I don't know what that. Oh, the wind. And I am as well now seeing windy on my screen as well. Let's go here. They went poof. Tyrone, I thought my phone was on drugs. No, that was just Tortilla. It's gonna be all right. Tortilla says, what's the wind smoking? Let's go here to Corey. Corey, don't drink that, my man. He says, I'm gonna go to the game in Pitt this coming season. I want to go to Baltimore game in December. That's awesome, bro. That is awesome. Keep me posted. We'll see what's going on that week. RB, I was called off work today because school programs are being canceled tomorrow due to high winds, tornado warnings for the next 24 hours. I thought hurricane season was over. Yeah, I don't know what's up with these winds, man. Definitely a lot of tornado news happening. It's that time of year. Tyrone says, no, we didn't, Mike. He was picked 76. We traded up for Bernard in the second and Dunker late third. Let's continue on. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Steel Loyal says, Drew Aller was acquired by the pick Dallas gave us for GP. Vegas says this, the new Madden looks like they tried to improve the game, which is rare. It has been the same game for about 13, 14 years, I think. They just changed some names around.
Yeah.
Vegas says, sorry, we did get that. Vegas says that. Tyrone says, yeah, Loyal, that's still a little funny to me. Still, we traded GP for Drew Aller.
Yeah, that's what it was. I forgot. My bad, boys.
Makes me want to hurt myself to hear that. But anyway, GP's back with the Cowboys right now. He's back with the team, so we'll see how that plays out. I'm sure it'll be a disaster when it's all said and done. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. I laughed my ass off. Remains to be seen if that was a good trade. Allahu Alar. Mark Malone. Always great seeing the man, the myth, the mustache on the terrible board. Mark Malone in the Heezy Big Baby. What's going on, Mark? Glad to see you, bro. Corey says, Ashtray, I can't feel my legs. You never could. Oh, right. Of course. Don't be a menace. Let's go here to the original Yinzer Joe. The original OG says this. I think Pittman on offense and Brisker on defense would be the two players he says would be the big difference. Let's go to Tyrone. I doubt it. If GP 2-8 wide receiver in the NFL, and Aller might not even get a chance, especially if we draft a quarterback next year, first round. And you know what? As we said a couple weeks ago, Mike, I really hate. Again, this is twice this week. I'm going with the hate. I really hate how this is going so far with this battle of these two young quarterbacks. There's really nothing to go on besides what we're reading from the papers.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to be training camp, and it's going to be August preseason football when these two guys get like 90% of the snaps when it's all said and done. Like the fact that people are still kind of going, and listen, I'm not going after anybody on the board. I'm just saying in general, the way that people continue to go after themselves or after each other.
Yeah. And
it's almost an ego thing. It's like, well, if you like this team or you like that team is where the argument's coming from. There's really not much to go by when we're talking about the Will Howard and Drew Aller, the conversation at this point, because from here on out, it's going to be how the two guys perform.
Yeah.
And you know, again, there's nothing really that we can continue to talk about those two guys.
And you have to realize, too, that they're on two different planes of development right now.
Yes.
Will Howard came in, let's just say at a level of like right here. Drew Aller's coming in here, and they took him down to here. You know, so there's going to be a gap of play when we see him out there. And we also don't know what the coaches want to see from them when they're out there in the practice field, when they're out there in the game. We might say, oh, my God, they're looking god-awful. But the coaches are going back and looking at the film like, hey, see how you did this step here? We like this. We like the way you drop back. We like the way you're, you know, using your feet here. This, you moved your hips and the way you were going through the throw. This is what we like right here. And then they're more worried about that, the mechanics of, let's say, Drew Aller, than, okay, did you complete the pass? Did you read the field correctly? Hey, we're right now, this game, this is what we're focusing on with you. We won't know that. We'll be looking at the, oh, my God, he's missing wide open guys. He's missing that. And they're going, you know what? This was a good series. This was a good rep for you because X, Y, and Z of the mechanics. And we want to worry about that first before production. Whereas someone like, you know, maybe Will Howard is going out there putting up numbers and we're going, oh, man, but he looked kind of sloppy. And they're going, hey, Will, it's working for you and you're finding the right guys. You're moving along because we maybe kind of want you to be our number two. You're doing those good things. That's awesome because we don't know what they're grading these guys on, what they're looking for out of these guys. So it's going to be hard for us to discern if these were good games or not, but it's not going to stop us from speculating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or it's not going to stop us from shitting on the guys or overhyping them. But it all depends on, like, from the team's eyes, what do they want to see from these guys in their point at this point of their career? Because I have a feeling, like Aller, I think they just want him to go out there and work on his mechanics for the most part in live action games. Because if you're tearing him down and you know he's going to be at least a 2-year project, you're not going to sit there and worry about him completing every single pass and looking perfect. You want him to focus on those little things first.
That's why this next month is going to make me itch like like a fiend, because Mike, all these answers. Another question I have here today: who's going to be the biggest comeback? Who's going to have the biggest bounce back season? I actually seen this somewhere. Somebody threw this idea out there, Mike, between Pat Freiermuth, T.J. Watt, and Peyton Wilson. Which one of these three are going to have the biggest bounce back year? And I think ultimately it would benefit the Steelers most if TJ would have the biggest bounce back year, because we do have a nice tight end room between the two players, and also Patrick Queen. I'm still trying to fill Patrick Queen out, Mike. I truly am. I don't know if I fully like him or not.
He's inconsistent.
Yeah,
he would be a great Pittsburgh Pirate.
Yeah,
because he'll have games where he's looking like a world beater, like the guy that's he's tracking everything perfectly, no missed tackles. Then he'll have 3 or 4 games where like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Then he'll come out and wow you. It's like, okay, this is why we signed him. He's very inconsistent. But for the biggest bounce back, damn, that's a good one.
Between those three crackers, which one of them do you see having the biggest bounce back? Mike?
Damn, man, that's a lot of saltines I got to choose from there.
TJ Watt, Pat Freiermuth, Peyton Wilson. Which one of them? Which one of them vanilla faces has the biggest bounce back season?
I'm gonna go with the one that. I'm going to go with Patty Fry.
I'm going to go with the one I think we need. I'm going to just say Pat. I'm just going to say TJ Watt because I think it's most beneficial. He does have the biggest bounce back out of the three. But again, Peyton Wilson, he's the middle two. They really got to step up this year, Mike. And I'm hoping under Patrick Graham that be the case. That those two do step up their game. They're able to fix the running between the tackles and stopping the run in that situation. We did add some players, so we got some. So again, I think things should be okay. We can't afford any more of those 250-yard games like we had against Buffalo in the midseason. We have to be able to stop the run, and Peyton Wilson's going to be a big part of that, whether it happens or whether it doesn't. So again, a big comeback, bounce back kind of year from him could certainly be very beneficial.
It would be hugely beneficial, very beneficial. I would love to see TJ, like we said yesterday, finish run, anywhere between 15, 17 sacks. That would be awesome to see. But Peyton Wilson, he's another one of those guys that would be a great Pittsburgh Pirate.
Yeah.
Very inconsistent player. Because when he flashes great, it's awesome. My biggest complaint with him, like you'll see like, oh man, he had a lot of tackles, but you go and watch the game, they're chase down tackles.
I know.
It's some of those wrap you up type tackles, or like I'm beating you guy to a hole, or I read it correctly. It feels like chase down tackles.
Let's get back on the board. Let's get to my man Christophus. Want to welcome you back to the terrible board, to the show. Of course, Christophus, all the way from South Florida, Miami, the Miami area. Always great seeing Chris. I hope you're doing well, brother. We'll be seeing you next month as he's making the trek to the Keystone State to watch his favorite football team at camp, along with a lot of other people from the board as well. Chris, how you doing, sir? He says this: we don't need another quarterback one in this supplemental draft. We better draft a wide receiver. The only older player that I would sign is Aaron Donald. That's more realistic than you guys may think. And you know what? I would love it. But he's counting down already, Mike, to his 5 years of the Hall of Fame. And me being a Pitt guy, I want my guys to be in Hall of Fame. So at the end of the day, you're right. And I would love to have Aaron. I would love to have Aaron Donald a part of this defense, because that, Mike, in my opinion, fixes quite a few things as far as stopping the run goes. Mike, we still got before you go where I think you're going. We still have Cam Hayward on this defensive line. Just reminding you that.
Yeah, like guys that have been retired for like 3, 4, almost 5 years. I'm good. He's still in great shape, but is he in football shape?
Is Cam Hayward in football shape? I don't know, Mike. He's 40 years old.
He just got All-Pro last year, baby. He just got All-Pro.
Like, he was the highest rated. According to PFF, Cam Hayward had the best season amongst all the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Don't make me defend Cam Hayward.
I'm not. Let's move forward. Always great hearing from you, Chris.
Captain Kickball.
Captain Kickball. We're going to be going to watch kickball. Watch a 40-year-old man kick a ball around. A kickball around is what he's shooting for with this charity.
I got breaking news. Vanilla Thunder is down there now. He's down there at the point building a kickball field. He wants to see Cam Hayward launch one into the Monongah Hala.
Nothing more exciting than watching Britt Baker kick a fucking kickball around. It just seems so retarded.
Watch Britt Baker kick you in the balls.
I'd kick you in the balls right now.
Drag my balls across your fucking
Tyrone. He says, I like that too, Yinzer Joe. Let's continue down the board. Cody says this, put JPJ Bernard in training camp for easy work. Damn. Let's go here to Tyrone. Ty says, calm down, Cody, LOL. I do like Bernard. Has good DB comp, but to get him ready for week 1, I couldn't agree more. Guys, this is looking like a good team. I hope it all kind of works together to make that happen. Let's continue down here to Dude, my man. Always great seeing Dude. Says Roman was a result of coaching, game calling, and that's it. And again, I'm just waiting to see what the differences are, dude. I mean, you could be 100% right. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying I can't wait to watch this play out with Roman Wilson. Do they get him involved? Does he eventually pick up momentum? Does his game pick up? We don't know. We don't know, but that's that's a good possibility, dude, for sure. Tortilla Jackson, my man, says this. I just bought a JPJ jersey and they sent me a traffic cone. Vegas responds by saying, "Raise the cone, baby. Raise the cone."
Damn.
Cody
you know what? Like for Tyrone's well-being, the Steelers better extend JPJ soon.
They're going to.
We're gonna have to take his shoelaces away and shit. Worried about my guy.
Yeah, no blankets and pillows for you. Let's continue to go down right here. Vegas. Cody says if Aaron throws to Roman Wilson, JPJ going to get his second TD score on him. Let's go down here to Ty. Ty says this. Here we go. Ty, yes, second. When was the first? Tortilla says 1777. Tortilla says Rashard Mendenhall can score on JPJ. Damn. Tyrone says no, he will just fumble. Cody says when they played in college. Ty, what's Tater got going on? Porter should come to the Niners. I'm just going to step back and let Tyrone do what he's going to do because I don't want to get in the middle of this one. I got to be honest with you. With this Tyrone, he says, Tater, fuck off. He says, Tater, fuck no. The Niners. Come on, Tater. Come on. Let's go here. Let's go to Mark Malone. Mark Malone says, Porter going to Miami. Going to Miami. Tortilla, chill, Tater, one step at a time. Vegas says this. Roman finally got the ball, then fumbled trying to make. That is true. You're 100% true, Vegas. And you know what? Unfortunately, that's going to be the only thing we remember as we have this conversation. And you start to say, "Well, what has Roman done?" And then you go back in your mind and you think, "Well, he did fumble that ball, but you know what? There was a lot of times he caught, nice possession passes, nice possession catches. It's only been a handful, but I think certainly like the percentage of passes that he caught is, it's good. He caught everything that was thrown to him. It wasn't a lot. But when it was thrown, he caught it. And that fumble, of course, will be the one thing that will stick out in our heads, unfortunately. But he doesn't miss passes. He doesn't.
No, I don't remember drop passes.
There's nothing jumping off the page at you that you're saying, Roman, that just doesn't exist right now. I don't see it. Let's continue down here. Let's go to Tyrone. Mark never fails. He just waits till JPJ's name comes up, and that's why Big G put you in the Matrix. Laugh my fucking ass off. Mark Malone.
He lurks in the shadows.
He lurks in the shadows. Yes. Let's continue on. Let's go here to Vegas. Who is the third best Steeler quarterback ever? I think by numbers, it's Cordell. I think Cordell's best by numbers, the third best quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mike was actually looking into it.
I think it all depends like what numbers you're looking at.
8 yards, like any other normal person.
I don't know, touchdowns.
But okay, look up the yards. I think it's Ben. I think it's Terry Bradshaw, and then I think that it is Cordell by statistics at least. Neil O'Donnell I think is up there, but not ahead of Cordell.
Cordell has him on yardage.
Yeah.
Cordell, then Neil, then Bubby.
And Bubby's 5, that's right. Let's go to Tater. If Joey wants a ring, wants a ring. When was the last time San Francisco got a ring? I know when it was. Do you know, Tater? It was early 1995. Let's continue forward here. Let's go to Mark Malone, see what he's got going on. He says, the Matrix is my party place. Tyrone says A-Rod. Let's go here to Ty again. He says, Tater, he is a Steeler for life. JPJ versus the world, Tortilla is saying. And Ty says, Tortilla 100 on that. Dude says we have to go through the unknown. Eventually, quarterback-wise, sooner the better. Let's go to Codeman. Cody says this, when JPJ plays zone, he's going to look at DK, Pittman, Bernard. Yeah. That's my bitch, he says. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says trade JPJ to Portugal for Ronaldo. He's suggesting trading for Ronaldo.
Ronaldo did nothing yesterday. Just going to throw that out there, guys. We'll trade him to Argentina for Messi, who at least scored.
I was going to say, how's Messi doing?
The GOAT just scored a hat trick. That's all.
RB says, Mike, you're not wrong, but it's Iowa. They throw the ball 13 times a game of that. And on top of that, college coaches make mistakes all the time using an example locally.
Just said he was just a returner in college.
Cody says, my phone's always on drugs. RB says, Willie Parker was horribly underused in college off of bad scheme fit. You're right. Corey, don't drink that, says, I don't know why anyone cares what GP is doing. Big D News made a viral, pissed off that he's on his best behavior in Dallas. And I told him, so what if he's happier there? It's only a matter of time. Yeah, I mean, I think the writing is on the wall with GP. He's going to GP his way through his career. And if you think that means anything different than what you've seen so far from him, I would disagree with you. I think that he is GP and he's going to do what GP does. Cody, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say with GP, you don't know what's GP you're getting day to day.
No, that's right. Is it going to be GP that you love, or is it going to be GP that doesn't show up for meetings and leaves people hanging? I mean, come on. Again, I find it hard to think that you're going to find a whole different person from what you see when you watch GP. I think what we see is what we get. Maybe he gets more mature as he gets older, but we haven't seen it to this point. Let's go to Tyrone Facts, Mike, and I'm very impatient. I think a few days before training camp sounds like how it will go, like TJ Watt, to be honest. Let's scoot down here. Tyrone says this. He says, I think Big Ben, Terry, Stewart, but as Hall of Fame wise, A-Rod 3 to me. Absolutely, yeah. And where does Russell Wilson fall into that at the end of the day? Because at the end of the day, he's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he was a Steeler quarterback. Didn't play Hall of Fame football in Pittsburgh, but I guess you have to, if you're gonna split hairs, I guess you have to have Russell in there somewhere. Let's go to Ronald. What's up, man? Always great seeing Ronald Albright on the terrible board. My man, he says this. Wonderful. I just heard Colin Collard put $100 on the Steelers. We'll use a second-round pick in the supplemental draft in order to draft Sorsby. Can you please get him on the line? Can you please? I will take that bet. I'll double it. I will double that bet against Colin Coward right now. I put $200 against his $100 that will not happen. And I'm not a gambler. But there you go with Colin Coward doing his cow herding work, as Tortilla says. The cow herder. Mike, couple things, and we are going to get into this schedule. This is a month later. We're going to do something today. We're going to go through the schedule the Steelers have game by game. It was released roughly about a month ago, and we're going to look at it with a month separated from initially seeing it to see if we had any changes. I do know right off the top I had us at 12-5 going through the schedule when it was released. We're going to walk through it and see if anything has changed in your mind. Maybe you feel a little bit more optimistic this month. Maybe you feel not as good for whatever reason, but we are going to get into that here real soon after we do talk about this, Mike. Analyst Ryan Wilson. Did you see this one, guys? Analyst Ryan Wilson says this, Mike, he sees 11-6 as the Steelers' best case scenario, but he also says he could see an 8-0 start if the Steelers do come out red hot.
An 8-0 start.
8-0 start is difficult. Like we will certainly base our opinions once we see it, but what he's saying is this. He says he can see the Steelers go to 11-6, best case scenario, including an 8-0 start if they are red hot.
Oh my goodness. That's I don't see this team starting 8-0 and then finishing 3-6 at all. I don't. I think we're gonna go 11-6, but I don't see it that way. I think there's gonna be a lot of like win loss, win loss, win loss, win loss, win, shit like that. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to get that in just a second. We're going to go through them game by game, Mike. And again, 8-0. 8-0. I would love to see it, but you remember when we were 11-0, how things kind of fell apart really fast just a few years back. And I would hope that wouldn't be the case. But once you get, like I said, you get that confidence. And maybe sometimes you just show up and you're like, oh, we're the Steelers. So, sometimes you don't give everything that you have. They're going to, go ahead.
I was going to say that 11-0, I was it last week or a week before, or 2 weeks ago, there's clips of Eric Ebron because he was a part of that team and he was on a podcast. They were talking about that. And he was like, someone asked him like, "What the hell happened that year?" And he was like, "Yeah, Ben called a meeting with all the guys and said, everyone off offense goes, boys, I can't play under center." Like, I forget what happened to him. He's like, "I can't play under center. We're doing everything from shotgun." And Ebron was like, "Yeah, we all just kind of looked at each other and knew like it's going to be a long second half of the season because the defenses are going to know, oh, we just all come down and play 11 guys in the box because if they're going to hand off, it's going to be out of the shotgun. They're going to pass it. It ain't going to be that, they're going to be quick hitters and shit like that." So they kind of knew on offense that like their season was kind of fucked if Ben couldn't go under center.
The thing about Ben, even though he was, again, just a shell of his former self there at the end of his career, there was that season at the end of the career, Mike, where he led the league in passing yards.
Before. Yeah.
2 years prior, he had 5,100 yards. So, again, at the end of the day, people say
his elbow blew up.
People say he wasn't good for X amount of years before he retired. It was just a couple of seasons because, again, that elbow. So, do what you want with it. He had over 5,100 yards just prior to him retiring.
Slinging it.
He was. All right, guys, time to get into it. Let's get to the Steelers schedule. This is a month later. We're going to take a look at it, see how we feel now that we're a month into having the schedule revealed to us for the Steelers in the 2026 season. Let me grab Vegas real quick before we do start. Vegas says this. He says the Golden Knights announced their 5th head coach for year number 10 next season. Now, hey, at least they're trying. Again, you don't want to see that many coaches, but at the end of the day, it's not like they're switching these coaches because they stink, like the Browns would do. They're just constantly switching quarterbacks. It's because they're competitive. So again, I don't hate that. At the end of the day, Vegas, you could kind of look at it as a good thing. Let's go to Ronald. Come on, people, an 8-0 start as Animal House. Dean Wormer said, "Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life." Excuse me, guys. Let's do Mike. Mike, you take this personal.
I take this personal. Like, I am living fat, drunk, and stupid. It's gotten me mildly successful.
I wasn't gonna throw the stupid on you, but you took that one on yourself.
Well, dumb.
Okay. All right. Let's get at it, guys. This is the Steelers schedule. Mike, they start their preseason. We're not even going to talk too much about it, but they do play the Packers at home. They do play the Jets at home, and they do play the Buffalo Bills on the road. That is our preseason schedule. And again, this is more than likely who Drew Aller and Will Howard are going to be up against, guys, albeit I don't even want to say fourth string guys that aren't going to be on the team, Mike, because again, I think they get a very, very relevant playing time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say about 90% of the snaps, depending on what you think is going to go down with Mason Rudolph. And I do want to say this, Mike, Jerry Dulac doubles down on the Steelers keeping 4 quarterbacks. So at the end of the day, there's going to be 4 at least at camp. We can safely say this. So again, at the end of the day, Mike, the 2 young men, they're going to be facing the Packers at home, the Jets at home, and the Bills on the road. Any thoughts on that before we do get into this?
Yeah, I think we'll see probably Mason Rudolph in those games play a mix of Aaron and Mason playing the first quarter, because you want to get some of those younger guys that might be cycling in with the vets, playing time with the established veterans for a little bit to see how they click and how they work. But then after that, I think you're right. From third, fourth quarter, or from second quarter on, you're going to see Will Howard and Drew Aller a ton.
And I do want to say this, Mike, this is your hint. Right now, it's not exactly halftime, but I do want to say the question of the day will be regarding the Steelers' schedule. So keep that in mind as we do get into this, guys. Let's start this schedule off. Of course, on September 13th, the day that we all have circled on our calendar, the Atlanta Falcons making the trek up from Georgia to play our Pittsburgh Steelers on a 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon game to kick off our season, Mike. Just a few days after the season does kick off in the NFL, Steelers do start on September 13th at home against the Falcons. Mike, I didn't change my mind on this whatsoever. I just don't think the Falcons are good. I don't think they've ever been good. I don't think they're going to be good. I don't think adding Tua to their team makes them better. I don't think that adding Kevin Stefanski makes them any better. Mike, I'm not changing my tune. I'm staying with where I was, Atlanta. I think we start the season 1-0 at home.
So do I. I think we go in and kick that ass. And Tua doesn't scare me. The backup doesn't scare me. Like, Tua might not even know where he's at when he's playing. Drake London scares me a little bit, and so does Bijan Robinson, but we shut those guys down before.
If they had more to them, then those would be more of a concern.
Yeah, if they had a competent quarterback.
They just don't have a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, and it's going to be a win. I don't think it's going to be an easy win, but I think it's going to be a win where we're like, this is a nice win.
I think we feel good about this win. I
Yeah.
think the Steelers come out on opening day. I think we see some things that we want to see in week one. I think we get really high on the Steelers after week one in their win over Atlanta. That is week one for me, Mike. I think we still stay, both of us, with the win over the Falcons. Let's get to week two when we go to the road. This, Mike, gets kind of tricky. Not only are you facing a team in New England that you faced in New England last year, that you needed 5 turnovers to beat 21-14. New England Patriots Steelers last season, Mike, early in the season, they were about the third game, I think, third or fourth game. We go up there, get it done. We make them turn the ball over 5 times. We win this one 21-14. They go to the Super Bowl. They add A.J. Brown. Mike, what is this game for you? I'll take the second half on this one.
For me, it's a measuring stick, albeit early. Yeah, the Patriots, they're still a young team, but they did go to the Super Bowl last year. They'll have their first game hangover, rust shaken off from that. And it's going to be nice to see how we stack up against a team that went to the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a back and forth style game. And I think this one, the Patriots do sneak out with the win, but I think we're going to come out of this game being like, yeah, we can hang with the team that went to the Super Bowl last year, so we should be able to hang with anyone. I think it's going to be a tight game, but unfortunately, the Patriots pull it out.
I changed my answer. I had New England winning last month, and we initially looked at the schedule. I have Pittsburgh. Starting off 2-0. I have them going to New England and making a statement in this particular game. Like, as you were saying, I mean, it's almost a litmus test game to see where we stand. I think we win it. We're put together better than we were last year. We have more people in position that we didn't have. We have receivers this year that we didn't have receivers. We had one, was a very minuscule receiver room last year, very thin. Mike, I think we go up there, we make a statement, we win this game by 10, 13 points. I do. I think we go up there. And I think people start taking the Steelers seriously after week 2, after going to New England and getting that win. This is when the again, it's not going to be all the media. You're still going to have half the media that hates Pittsburgh and is going to do what they do. But after week 2, Mike, I think people are going to start to talk a little differently about our Steelers because we go to New England. We beat the former AFC champions. And again, I think this sets the tone for the Steelers for this season.
That's out on the limb right there for the score that you gave me. Like, if you're going to say like a 3-point game, like, I was there with you, but 13-point, I'll take it, brother. I'll take it. I just have a feeling it's going to be one of those back and forth type things. If it was at home, I probably would pick Pittsburgh. But being on the road, you think, you know how it is in New England. Yes, Belichick's gone, but the sneaky shit still happens up there.
Tortilla says get Deanna Rossini on our sideline for the New England game.
Distract Vrabel. That's even if he's coaching.
I was just going to say, do we ever find out the resolve with him? What's going on with Mike Vrabel?
No. He took what, one day of the draft off to be with his family, and he was cured.
All right, let's scoot along, guys. Game 3. So I have him at 2-0. Mike said at 1-1 after 2 weeks of football. Game 3, Mike. This is Cincinnati at home. I'll take first on this one. Cincinnati at home. I think we also win. Cincinnati at home. Again, Mike, it was very hard to stop them last year in the first time around, which was in Cincinnati. We got it together. We played them better. We win the second time in Pittsburgh. Different coaching staff. Again, Mike, just a thicker, a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a more people. Again, Mike, we played with one wide receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have a more
depth.
diverse
Depth is the word I'm looking for. It's like
we have a legit offense now.
We have again, Mike. Again, whatever you would call that offense that we were running for most of the season last year, it still managed to get us a 10-7 record. And you got to remember, not only were we playing with one wide receiver that was worth anything, that wide receiver wasn't available in 2 of the biggest games to end the season. This team still manages to finish 10-7, win the division, go to the playoffs. Mike, I say this team finds a way to stop Joe Burrow and Chase in this particular game. I say the Steelers start 3-0.
I have the Steelers in this one as well. For the past few years, every time we've played the Bengals, the first time it's been a blowout, and the second time we've come back and won by allowing Peasy to lock up on lock up on, oh my God, I forget his name. Their number one receiver, Jamar Chase, excuse me. We just allow Porter to do that now from the get-go. And I think we win this one. And I think it's going to be a ugly affair for the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to get their ass beat in this game. They think that they're hot shit, and the Steelers are just going to put them in their place. I don't think they're going to get anything done offensively or defensively. I think game 3 is where the Steelers' offense and defenses start to come to life.
Now, at some point here, I'm going to have to give a loss because at the end of the day, I don't think this team is going to go undefeated by any means. So, Mike, this next game on the list is the game at Cleveland. It's at Cleveland, and I understand the way that things certainly have been going the past couple years. The snow globe game, the game last year, I think even the game before, they keep giving us these Thursday night games. And again, Mike, this is a Thursday night game in Cleveland. So just for the sake of what I've seen over the past couple years, I think we're improved. I think we can certainly beat Cleveland 2 times. But Mike, because I don't want to go through this whole season without giving losses. Right here, I'm going to give us our first loss. We're going to be 3-1 after the first quarter of the season. I'm going to give the Cleveland Browns a win on this game only because there's just been that trend. I don't quite understand what it is. Different players, different coaches, things should be different. I say, though, they lose this one Thursday night, which they get back later at home, Mike, and they start off 3-1 after the first quarter of the season.
I've changed my tune on this game. We go into Cleveland on a short week and come out with a victory.
Yeah, see, I mean, it's a short week.
Short week, but like I said, I think week 3 offense, defense, that's when they get their shit together and start rolling. And then it carries over into that short week. I think they're going to carry that momentum over in to Cleveland. I don't think they're going to let McCarthy lose his first game as a Pittsburgh boy against the Browns. I think they roll into Cleveland and take care of business.
I mean, I hope you're right. I hope you're right, but I do have them losing, Mike. 3-1 is where I'm at right now, and I also believe 3-1 is where you sit as we speak. So let's get into the 5th game of the year, Mike. This one is going to be on the 11th. So I believe, so we have extra time to prepare for the Colts. The Colts, for whatever reason, they were giving us the fits, giving us difficult games a few years back. I mean, we weren't really playing great football. I get that, Mike. At the end of the day, we're playing this game here. Our record against the Colts historically is really, really good. I got to think that after having the extra week and a half to prepare for Indianapolis, this coaching staff and these players, they put enough together to beat the Colts. I say we're 4-1 after 5 games.
Yeah, I have the Steelers winning this one too. We handled them last year when they were riding high, the media darlings of the NFL. And we made Daniel Jones look like Daniel Jones. And I don't know who their quarterback is right now because I don't know if Daniel Jones is back to playing it. If he is, he's not going to be 100%. So I have the Steelers winning this one. I think their running game can give us a serious a threat. It's going to be a good test for our run game, is this Colts game. Like for our defense, if they can hold up against the run, because their running back is a beast. Jonathan Taylor is one of the better backs in the league. Their line's pretty good as well. It's going to be a test, but I think we come out and win this one.
I do too. I'm going to take a break for just a moment to grab some of these messages. Robert Albright says this: New England is a fucking team that cheated us in the playoffs, in the playoff game, because they were illegally taping us, deflating the balls, etc. You really think their ownership cares who Mike Vrabel is fucking? I just think that they've kind of been taking heat. And again, with Kraft getting in the trouble that he had and Bill Belichick not getting into the Hall of Fame initially, I think that they maybe forced their hand here, Mike, and they might handle him just for PR reasons. In a way that might make sense to everybody else.
I don't know if Kraft won't care. I mean, he got caught, in the massage parlor getting a handy. I think if there's some of the reports that are out there, if there's actually smoke or fire to the smoke that's coming out, and what some people, former players and former bigger time NFL media players, members are saying of like, if this scandal runs deeper than just what's going on here, if that dam starts to break, I see the league sacrificing Vrabel up as a sacrificial lamb to kind of, stamp down these stories. But like, hey, we're going to take
exactly what I said.
Yeah, we're going to take away. We're going to force him to be suspended for a while so some of these stories don't come out, or if they do come out, like, hey, look, we already took care of it, so it just blows over.
Yeah.
But Kraft wouldn't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Kraft has his own issues. He has his own problems. Why would he give a fuck?
He's like, wait, my head coach is banging a reporter and feeding her info, and her stories are influencing the narrative, and it might help us get a guy cheaper in a trade. Fuck yeah, keep doing it, coach.
Aaron J, always great seeing Aaron on the board. Aaron says, here we go, Steelers with the Rockets. Always love seeing that message. Great to have you, brother. Always great seeing you. And Tortilla says Kraft was probably getting some Rossini Panini too, now that you mentioned it. Let's get back to the schedule, Mike. We did wrap up with the Browns on that Thursday night. We wrapped up against the Colts. I'm sorry. We're going into Tampa. We're flying to Tampa, Mike, as the Steelers will be playing on October 18th. 1 o'clock start in Tampa Bay against a lot of former players and coaches, and Danny Smith and Miles Killebrew, and possibly future players, Baker Mayfield. Did I say that? Anyway, Mike, Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers, this should be a good game for us. I think that this team has been improving over time. I truly do. I've seen them in drafts continue to work on this defense, continue to work on the defense. They're building a nice, hardcore, hard-nosed defense, Mike. I think this game is a game that we lose, not because I think they're better than we are. I think that we go down and kind of fall into this game, and their defense is good enough to stop us this particular day. Mike, I'm going to give Tampa Bay a win over Pittsburgh. And that's my pick for the week.
Yeah, I have Tampa in the win. We're going to have to wear our black jerseys. It's probably going to be hot, humid, and muggy down there. Yeah, they lost Mike Evans, but they still have some really good receivers in Godwin and in Buka is down there. I think they're going to win this one.
They got things going for them. And Mike, and I got to be honest with you, even though the Saints are playing better and the Panthers are playing better as we've seen last year, I still think Tampa Bay is the best team in that division and ends out winning that division at the end of the day, because they do have a strong defense. You do have a Baker Mayfield. You do have some offensive players. As you said, Mike, you don't have all the offensive players that you once had, but I think that this team is good enough to win that division.
Yeah.
I say ultimately we lose to this team, not because they're better than us, but just by the ebbs and flows of the season.
Yeah.
I think that they will end out edging us out of this one.
Yeah, and this is another game where Bucky Irving, their running back, he's another good back in the league. So 2 weeks, we're going to see how well this run defense is. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout. It may be a 10-point loss, but not seen as a blowout. Right. You know, it might be one of those, they have a 3-point lead, they get the ball last, they get the touchdown, and like, fuck, there goes our hopes and dreams of getting the comeback on them. But another competitive game, but I think a loss.
If your hopes and dreams, Mike, I was going to go with the line from Napoleon Dynamite, but it totally escaped me. Oh, if you vote for me, your hopes and dreams will all come true. Let's go right here. Let's go to Christine. I always like to say what's up to Christine. Great seeing you on the board. She says, hey, everyone, Ryan and Mike, always great seeing Christine. And she follows it up by saying, we absolutely will lose that game to Tampa because Baker Mayfield is so unlucky for me. I think Baker, certainly, we're going to be talking about that name a lot this year. No matter what you think, I think this name will come up. I do want to say what's up to Daniel. Great seeing Daniel on the board. Welcome to the show. Daniel says hi from Tampa, Florida. Popped in just at the right time as we were talking about the Bucs. He says originally from Homestead. Man, that's awesome.
No shit, man.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I got family down a ways.
Welcome to the terrible board, Daniel. Great to have you. Glad that you're here. Let's get back at it, Mike. This next game against the Saints in New Orleans is a 9:30 game. This is the France game. Mike, we do play the Saints in France on the 25th, getting close to Halloween there, Mike. I don't think this is a game for the Steelers. I don't care about Shuck. I don't care about the strong second half of the season. Mike, I do think that we go to France. We beat the pants off the Saints. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. We had the travel game last year. The majority of this roster knows how to deal with that shit. That Saints team's not that good. I'm sorry, Shuck is not that good.
Mike, in this, again, we talk about the AFC South and the NFC South. Being fortunate that we do have a schedule that has these two divisions, these are games we have to take advantage of. If you lose games like to the Saints and teams like this is where you lose that advantage of having those teams on your schedule. You got to beat your Saints. You got to beat your Panthers. You got to beat the teams, the Tennessee Titans, that you're supposed to beat from those South divisions if you want to, in fact, have a successful season. These are the games that we have to win. They're not the biggest games. They're not the toughest games. They're not the highest profile games. But at the end of the day, if you want to do anything, you have to win against your Saints. You have to win against your Jaguars. I mean, the Jaguars are better. I'll get to them in a moment. You have to win against Tennessee. You have to win against the Carolinas. And again, I see Corey message. I'll get you 1 second on that. But Mike, these are the games that you have to win if you're going to have a successful season as the Steelers. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of questions, and you're going to be saying, "Oh, okay, how are we going to win games in January against a team that has a defense like Houston when we can't?" Stand up against a team like New Orleans. Mike, I think we've improved enough over this offseason. I think we go to France and we beat the pants off the New Orleans Saints.
Me too. I am not a big fan of Shuck. People want to say, "Oh, look at the numbers he had." 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 9 interceptions, shit like that. He's not a good quarterback. Literally, if you get inside pressure on him, he scrambles out of the pocket and will make some of the worst throws you have ever seen.
Liz and Mike here. A little audio. Not sure what's going on with Mike's audio. I'll continue forward here a little bit. Let me grab Corey here while Mike works on that. Corey says this: I think Carolina wins the division. For some reason, Tampa feels too obvious. They're going to be the one division upset in both conferences. Here's my problem with that, Corey. I think that last year was that year. Because again, Carolina jumped up there. They ran the top of that division most of the year. Also, the Saints coming along at the end of the year would give you a little bit of indication that possibly they could be the team that's going to do exactly what you're saying. So for those reasons, I think that Tampa Bay does what you expect them to do, as you were saying, kind of, feeling too obvious. I think that Tampa Bay ends out winning the division this year and maybe beyond. Maybe the Saints, as Shuck starts to improve, continues to improve, gets a little bit better. Maybe you start to see them winning more as we move along. And then Carolina as well. Mike, this year, I'm going to say Tampa Bay in this one because, again, I think they are the best team in that division. So I think last year was their oddball year. Again, Carolina led that division along a lot of the season. So this year, Tampa Bay is my team. Mike, is your audio any better?
Am I back?
There you go.
Okay, I don't know what happened there. I'm just not a fan of the Saints. I don't think they're that good. It is Tampa Bay's division. Carolina, it all depends on which Bryce Young's going to show up.
And the Atlanta Falcons, I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to be the Falcons in that division. Let me grab a couple messages here because someone's referring to what we're talking about. Let's go to Ronald. Ronald says this: whichever team in France that does not eat their food will win the game. Also, let's go to Sommer. Sommer says Saints offense is looking nasty. Hey, you're right, but the defense is a wet paper bag, man.
But I'm sorry, their quarterback is a huge question mark.
Absolutely. And in his second year, and I think that we all see, he came out and made some waves as the season went on. But again, I still think it's too early for him. This is Tampa Bay's year in that division. Tortilla dang, Rooney didn't like what Mike was saying, so he shut him down.
Rooney never likes what I have to say.
Let's get Mike to this next game. Again, where are we, Saints? Let's get to the Browns. This one's in Pittsburgh. Mike, I say the Pittsburgh Steelers win this one because I gave the Browns the Thursday night game in Cleveland. Again, just because that seems to be the way that it is going. I don't know if there's going to be rhyme. I don't know if there's going to be reason. I don't even know if the Browns are going to be anywhere as nearly as good as they were. And again, when they finished 5 wins, that defense, Mike, losing your defensive coordinator, losing your Myles Garrett, Mike, I say we get this win in Pittsburgh as we have for like 25 straight years, whatever it is. Pittsburgh wins against Cleveland in Pittsburgh.
We come back from France conquering heroes and we just lay about the ass to the Cleveland Browns. Let them know that, yes, you may have been off-season champions once again, but remember, we are the division champions. You have not finished above us since 1988, and there's a reason for that. And we go into the bye well rested.
All right, let's get back to the division. Staying in the division, actually playing Cleveland at home to playing Cincy on the road. Mike, I say we complete the sweep this year of Cincinnati. I think we win this one in Cincinnati. Again, I feel that we're better than we were. And again, I don't know if Cincinnati, if they really improved. They got Sexy Dexy on the defensive line. Is that going to be enough to change the fortunes of the Bengals and a bad offensive line and other defensive issues? I don't think so, Mike. I think we are going to be a good enough team to beat this team twice in the same season. For the first time in a few seasons, Mike, I have us beating the Cincinnati Bengals as well.
So do I. I have us getting the sweep against the Bengals, and I am here for it, baby.
Let's see right here. Sombers throwing out Etienne, Kamara, Devin Neal, Olave, Tyson Brown, Bryce Lance, Johnson Fant developed some. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with you. I think their offense is looking nice. At the end of the day, I don't think they're better than Tampa. I just don't.
You still have a quarterback that gets shook very, very easily.
I think the quarterback is the difference. I think the Baker Mayfield is just better than Shuck, and that will be the difference in that division this year. All right, Mike, let's get to the Eagles. I'm just going to say right now, this is my loss. This is one of my losses. Eagles on the road. Do I want us to go to win? Yes. Do I think we can win? Yes. I just don't think we do, Mike. This is my third loss of the season right here. We'll be against Philadelphia in Philly. New coach, it doesn't matter. We didn't beat them with Mike Tomlin. We didn't beat them in Philly with Bill Cowher. We didn't beat them in Philly with Chuck Noll. For this reason, Mike, I'm not gonna try to go against nature here for whatever the reason be. This is a loss for me. Philadelphia is a loss for the Steelers.
Less said about this game, the better. You get to see the Eagles on here, and you're just gonna at Philly. That's a loss, and then move right along. This is one of those games you hope you come out of healthy.
And Mike, this is a part of the schedule. Now I gotta remind you, since once you get past the Buccaneers, the Saints, and then the 2 Ohio games, now you're into the part of the schedule where people were talking it's going to get difficult, rightfully so. But who has been put in this position as much as the Steelers, Mike? I don't know. The second half of the schedule for the last 3 years, for sure, has been very difficult. The Steelers are kind of weathered. It's, of course, again, I can't say it enough, Mike. It's not the same coaching staff. It's not the same team. But the Steelers, the last 3 seasons, once they hit that second half of the stretch, it's been difficult. It's been a tough ride. But the Steelers, they're built to do it, Mike. So this is where we're at, starting in this Eagles game. The Eagles, the Broncos, the Texans, the Jags, the Ravens, Panthers, Titans, Ravens to wrap it up, Mike. It's going to be tough. This is what happens when you win first place. It's not the toughest first place schedule that you could play, but again, it is a first place schedule, which is why you get the Eagles, which is why the next game we're also going to get, Mike. I assume that you are saying the Eagles as well on that, and I'm going to flip to the next game. This one here is very interesting to me, Mike. This is my litmus test. The Broncos at the Steelers. I think that although the Broncos, again with an injured Bo Nix, didn't get into the Super Bowl last year, they were still in the AFC Championship game. This team, Mike, I gotta be honest with you, the Broncos got a nice defense. The Broncos are putting it together piece by piece on offense. Mike, this was one of my head scratchers, who I'm having a difficult time figuring if we're going to win, if we're going to lose this football game. So for that reason, I'm going to turn it over to you first to make your call while I continue to think on how I think this Denver game is going to play out.
I think we win this one, but it's going to be a tough game because, like you said, their defense is tough. But I think our offense, now we have enough weapons where we match up to them really well. And by week 12, I have a feeling you're going to be seeing Dunker and Mad Max in there in the offensive line of the future. And by this point in the season, that line is rocking and rolling. And at that point, I think, Rico and Jalen have a nice 1-2 punch going. Aaron has a good connection with everyone. I think we win it by keeping this one a keep it simple, stupid type of game. We're just going to play base offense, plays on offense and defense. Just, basic disguises and blitzes and shit, but just keep it simple, and we're gonna beat you man on talent against talent with a few wrinkles here and there mixed in, and I think we overwhelm them. And I'm still not sold on Bo Nix's. He played really well, don't get me wrong, actually, but coming back from that injury and seeing what his leg looks like now, if that's how it looks healed, or if he's still healing in the process, it did not look good. I don't know how effective he's going to be after that surgery. See some guys that have some nasty leg injuries at quarterback never come back and be the same. So I think we might be able to take advantage of him. I think he's going to lose some of his ability that made him a little dangerous. and we'll be able to capitalize on that. I think the Broncos take a step back this year.
Let me ask you this: were the Broncos were they the product of having no Patrick Mahomes last year? Were they the product of the Raiders being the worst team in the league? Were they the product of the Chargers totally playing under how we felt that they should have played last year? Maybe Denver's not even the same team this year. Mike, I changed my mind. I think the Steelers win against Denver. I have them taking a loss here in a couple of weeks. Somebody who I might have had us winning last time. I'm going to flip that around once we get to it. But Mike, as of right now, I have the Steelers beating the Broncos. Let's move on to the next game. This game here, guys, is going to be very, very emotionally charged, especially because it's here in Pittsburgh. Mike, you and I were at the tailgate to this. We hung out with all the Steeler fans we possibly could going into this stadium, Mike, back in January. The playoff game against the Houston Texans did not go so well. Once we got inside the stadium, of course, playing a defense like Houston was something that we just were not prepared to do. Very, very good defense, Mike. The Houston Texans coming into Berg. I'm going to go back to you on this one because I don't. This is another one that's up in the air for me again because they were so much better than us in January. I'd like to think that we made enough moves and we changed enough stuff around, and under a new coach, we might have a chance. But again, that defense was so dominant, we were able to do nothing on that evening in January, Mike. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to you, and then I'll take it second again this time because this is a tough one for me, to be honest.
I have a feeling that their defense is going to be too good. That defense is nasty. I feel like they're going to win based off of their defense. And I'm not saying that as a knock against our O-line or our skill position. I think that defense is just that nasty. And it's just going to be too much for us. And I think their ineptitude on offense is going to, once again, keep it close. But I have a feeling like Texans are going to win this one.
Somber says, I'm going to mark that as an L if Rodgers is a QB. And you know what? Rightfully so, probably saying that. Let me grab a couple messages and I will give my prediction. Again, Mike, I don't know if I had trouble last time. I think I gave the win to Houston. But again, let me think on this. Let's grab a couple more messages here as we do move along. Let's grab right here. Daniel says this, Mike. I attended Super Bowl 43 in Tampa in 2009, one of the best Super Bowls. I couldn't agree with you more. Man, I would sell my middle testicle to be at that game, Mike, again in Tampa Bay. The biggest, my favorite Super Bowl, of course, by the Steelers. Larry Fitzgerald, the 100-yard interception return by Debo, the big catch at the end by number 10. Amazing. I am very jealous of you, Daniel. That is freaking awesome. Yeah, the big boat out there in the stadium there, the big pirate ship. What an amazing game. Amazing, Mike. It could have been one of the most damning moments if it would have ended differently, if number 10 wouldn't have caught that ball, or quite a few things happened. But, yes, one of my favorite Super Bowls ever. Let's continue here.
God, my favorite Super Bowl ever as well.
Tortilla JPJ gets 2 picks in Philly. That'd be great, man. Wouldn't that be something? JPJ gets 2 picks. We're always talking about he has no hands. Like, he gets 2 picks in the Philly game to help win. That would be awesome. Ronald says this, I think until we prove that we can actually stop the run, I'm not convinced. Sorry, I'm not sorry. And you know what? I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. Again, I think a lot of things have happened between last year and this year that could point to things being improved. But again, I'm a see it. I have to believe it, kind of see it kind of guy as well. Let's go here to Somber. Broncos wide receiver depth is not great. They are not. There you go. I agree with you there. Somber says this, after Waddle and Sutton, it kind of falls off, or it is unknown. So similar to ours. Yes, I would agree. Somber says this, if it's going to be Rodgers, he's given an L. Tortilla says they can't even they even got their own Calvin Austin. Somber says he can't move, they'll capitalize on it again. Absolutely. You gotta be impressed with what Houston is doing with that defense down there. Let's go here. Christine says this. She says, on my prediction, we will beat Philly and break that record. We will crush Denver and we will beat the Texans at home revenge game. And you know what, Christine, if you're right, we are all smiling, believe me. And you know what? Those are some of the games that, again, that are going to be because we're a first place schedule. Getting Denver because we're a first place schedule. Getting Philly because we're a first place schedule. So again, those are some of the tougher games and what we reaping what we sow. So again, let's see what we got. Daniel says sat on the 20-yard line, visitor side, 20 seats up in the field. That's freaking awesome, dude. Only paid $2,500. That's not even that bad. Christine finally coming around. Or Tyrone says Tater. San Fran looks stacked. Yeah. You're getting closer, Tater. You are getting closer. I give you that. Christine says this: we will sweep the Ravens and go 1-1 with Cincy and the Browns. I actually have a little bit, a somewhat similar scenario to you. What you're saying here as we move along, Tyrone, we're sweeping the Browns this year. Tallman games are over. Tortilla says this: Tater chose the most injured sports team in the world. Tater has a very interesting way of choosing teams. I do agree.
Yeah, he does.
Christine says we're going to lose the game to Tampa and Jacksonville, and then Tater says AFC North is now. Yeah, that's what they keep telling us. But you know what? At the end of the day, we have an awful lot of championships out of our Super Bowl. You know what? They mostly are. So I'm going to stick with the AFC Central, the North. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the schedule, though, guys, as the show is scooting along. Let's get to the Jacksonville game. Christine was just talking about that, Mike. I have us losing to Jacksonville. I think she actually has us on a loss as that as well. I think this division-winning Jacksonville Jaguars team beats us, Mike. It is going to be in Jacksonville. It's not going to be it's not going to be a winter game up north. I think that Jacksonville will beat us in this game. Trevor Lawrence, big game. I do got Jacksonville with the win.
I have the Steelers going down. It's at Jacksonville, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have the Steelers going down to Jacksonville on Monday night and pulling off a victory. Some might say an upset. You know, it's not. We're not going down there in the heat now. We're going down there in the colder months. I think we go down there and win. I'm not a big fan of Trevor Lawrence. I think he has moments of where you look like, oh, this is why people are talking about him as potential generational talent. Then there's other moments like, well, is this guy ever going to figure it out consistently? So I think we go down there and pull off the upset, man.
And as far as Tater goes, the only team in the AFC Central that's North, I'm sorry, that's giving me that vibes is the Browns. They're the only team that really stinks. The other team,
he just posted the Browns record prediction.
There we go. Browns 5-12, Mike, between Joe Burrow and again, if he's healthy all season, I think he's going to get his share of wins. I think that the Ravens are going to get credit from the analysts, but at the end of the day, they're not going to be that good. But I think the Steelers are going to do just fine. So again, I think the weakest link in the AFC North would be the Cleveland Browns. I think what they don't do as good as they did last year. That big 5 wins was certainly it was a spike for me. Let's continue right here to Christine. I like Trevor. I like he's tough. I do too. I always like Trevor Lawrence. I liked him since college. Daniel says, what part of Pittsburgh are you two from? And Tortilla says the Browns and the 49ers IR will both combine for 8 wins. On the west side of Pittsburgh. We are on the western side of Pittsburgh. Let's continue to Daniel. Let's continue back to the schedule, Mike. I got 4 games, and guess what? I'm not even going to take the time to beat around the bush, Mike. I say we win these last 4 games: Baltimore, Carolina, Tennessee, Baltimore. Mike, we win all 4 of those games to finish out strong to head into the playoffs. Call me crazy if you will. I think I'm not sure if Christine said that we beat them both times, but I'm going to say we beat the Baltimore Ravens both times this year. I just don't think they're that good of a football team. And again, we win 10 of the last 12, 10 of the last 11 non-playoff games against them. I say Baltimore, we get 2 wins against them. I say we beat Tennessee in Tennessee and Carolina at home. Mike, I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit here, but this is what I have, and this is going to ultimately put me back at 12-5, which is exactly where I was 1 month ago when the schedules were released. There are a couple games that are switched around, but Mike, I'm still feeling a good, strong 12-5 season by the Steelers this year.
I go Ravens loss in that first game against Ravens in Pittsburgh, but then victory over the Panthers, victory at Titans, and then close it out. Victory at Baltimore to put a dagger in the heart of the Baltimore Ravens season and slam their Super Bowl window shut.
Christine predicting the Ravens going to go 7-10, and I'm not that far off. I just don't feel that the Ravens are that good of a team. Like they're over. They're giving way too much credit. As a matter of fact, Derrick Henry, I think, is the shining part, the shining spark of the Ravens. And again, if you stop Derrick Henry the way that we've been able to stop Derrick Henry, I'm not afraid of Derrick Henry. I'm just not. I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to be good enough to do it, Mike. I agree with what Ben's been saying. I've been saying it for a couple seasons. I think their window's closing. I think now that Lamar is a little bit older and lost his legs in a sense, the guy could still move, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have the legs that he had early in his career. He's going to have to beat you with his arm. So in that case, stop Derrick Henry. Don't let Lamar's arm beat you. I think we beat this team both times. The defense, I don't know if they even improved. I don't know if they even improved. That defense was terrible. And giving up your anchor, your center, and your offense, your offensive line, I think was big. Mike, I say we beat these guys both times this year. You know what? It may continue to be 3-point games. I'm not going to say that that's not going to be the case. That's always a rivalry. It's always big games. But I say we beat them both. I don't think Tennessee, and again, I don't think Carolina comes to Pittsburgh and beats us. So that is my at the end of the day, Mike, again, round 2 through the schedule, 12-5. I still have them at 12-5. So unless anything crazy or drastic happens, this is, I guess, the way I feel.
Yeah, like I'm right there with you. I think I had maybe 11-6, 12-5 in that range. Like I'm right there with you right now. I think we're going to be a dark horse of the team. Or a dark horse of the league, excuse me.
Yeah, of course. Let's go.
You know what I meant to say.
I know, but if we wasn't running out, I would continue to have fun with you and call you stupid and call you names. But you know what? This is just where we're at in the show. There you go. Let's go grab a couple more messages here. We're going to be 12. Christine, I'm right there with you, sister. I'm saying 12-5. Let's grab Cody. Cody says now that the defense is elite, Broncos don't depend on Knicks. Not a bad point. They do have a great defense. They got a really strong defense down there in Denver. I do want to say what's up to Kevin Royce. Kevin, I think we've seen you on the board before. Welcome back to the show. Kevin asks this, Mike. Hey, fellas, how do you feel about Howard in the future? And that's a good question. And Kevin is saying 13-4, which I do like that. It's better than my record. I do want to say this, guys. I do want to say my thoughts on Howard is this. I need to see more. We didn't see Howard at all last year. He was injured early in camp and didn't get to play in preseason. Of course, didn't play any in the regular season. My opinion on Howard is this preseason, the 3 games against Green Bay, against the Jets, and against the Bills are going to be huge for me to form my opinion on Will Howard, because I think he's going to get a little bit higher up, Mike. I think it's not going to be, again, all 3rd and 4th string guys that ain't going to make rosters. I think that these 2 guys are going to get lots of playing time in preseason. So I'm going to reserve my judgment to that for both him and Drew Aller. Mike, preseason, those three games, huge. They're going to get mad playing time. They're going to get, again, maybe 2nd string guys a lot of playing time. 3rd string guys are going to be facing, of course. Mike, my opinion. That's my opinion. I have to see more. I haven't seen him play in the black and gold yet. He was out all last year. Now this year, they're both kind of coming in fresh. I have to see them both play in July and August. Mike, your take on Will Howard for Kevin?
Will Howard, I think his ceiling is high quality backup, low end starter, and like that point guard in basketball that's just going to facilitate the offense, not do anything stupid, let the guys do their job. And you can win a lot of games with that. He's not going to be a guy that elevates you into that next level, but you can win a lot of football games with him with a strong supporting cast and a strong defense. So like if we had to go with him as the future, I'd be okay with it, because I don't think he's going to be terrible. I just don't think he's going to be great.
Let me just address right here. Tortilla says 9-8 for them. Tater says a team that's 100 to 1 to win the Super Bowl is going 12-5. Did I miss the memo? Yes,
you did, Tater.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say, have you heard?
You insult them first. I'm gonna hold.
Tater, you are from you're in Northern Ireland. You're over there by England. You know the English Premier League. Leicester City was 5,001 to win the EPL. And they won the EPL. So 100 to 1 to 5,001. That's a whole hell of a lot better odds there.
Let me give you this is the facts. Just let me explain it to him. Listen, the Steelers are one of the most winning teams ever. And at the end of the day, guess what? They won 6 Super Bowls. It's a tough thing to do. And at the end of the day, nobody's done it better than the Steelers. New England's tied the Steelers eventually after about 40 years of us leading. But at the end of the day, the Steelers win football games. I think you're missing the writing on the wall. The Steelers win. They win a lot of football games. And, again, they win a lot of football games in seasons that they don't exactly win the Super Bowl in. So, yes, I think you did miss the memo. The big picture, in my opinion, I say 12-5. I'm sticking with it. Let's get back to the board, though. Let's get to Kevin says this. You have seen me. Yeah. I thought so. I thought I recognized the name. Welcome back, dude. Also, Cody says we don't lose on Monday. We did last year, unfortunately, but you're right. We were doing very, very well to that point. Not a bad thought, though, Cody. Kevin says, I think it's a battle of Rudolph and Howard. I really believe in Howard. Very true. He has to prove himself. Absolutely. I think, listen, in fact, if they do, in fact, keep Mason around, he's going to be your backup. That's going to be as plain and simple as it is. However, we have to still find out what they're going to do with Mason. Is somebody going to go to the practice squad? Jerry Dulac, he's reporting this. Mike, he's reporting that he's doubling down on the Steelers keeping all 4 quarterbacks. So again, there's going to be questions that need to be answered first. But I think front and foremost, Mason Rudolph is the backup. Beyond that, if he ends out getting cut because maybe we don't need him, maybe again, if you make Will Howard your backup, maybe and hope that Aaron doesn't get hurt for a long term, a serious injury. I think that Will Howard's fine playing 2 games. Maybe we learn a little about him. Maybe he improves a little bit. So at the end of the day, if Mason Rudolph is here, he's going to be your backup. He's the incumbent. He has to get dethroned at the end of the day. So again, there's going to be questions that are going to be answered along the way, and it all starts next month when camp starts, and then into preseason. I think we learn a lot about this quarterback room. Again, there's not a whole lot to go off of professionally. We have college careers, and you see how that turns out. A lot of quarterbacks, they don't make that jump well. So again, a lot to learn about both of these young men. Let's continue right here to Christine. Christine says Brown's going to end up 9-8. I think that's being very generous. Kevin says, I think he's a great game manager. Somber says, haven't seen Will take a snap yet. Nobody knows it. And that's where I'm at too. That's exactly where I'm at. I need to see these guys before I could make it a hypothesis. Let's go to Tater. He says something about something you were talking about, Mike. I don't know.
Yeah, but Tater, that's not germane to the conversation. You were saying a 101 team, how can they 101 odds, how can they win? I proved to you, Leicester City, when they were 5,000 to 1, they won. They may be down in the 3rd league now, but that's not relevant to the conversation.
And I'm thinking this
that it happened, not that where they are now.
As an American, that's a very irrelevant because I don't even know what the hell any of these words are in his comment. But that's not
Ryan's brain's going, there's soccer talk. There's soccer talk. I'm losing it.
I
figured I had to put it in terms that he would understand.
Okay.
That's fine.
And then he calls you a numpty. Let's go here to Kevin. Kevin says, yes, the Steelers are the best. Absolutely. Hands down. And it's gone across decades. It's gone from the 70s through the 80s to the 90s, Super Bowl appearances, 2000s. Listen, consistently better than everybody else. The Cowboys has an argument, but they haven't been to the NFC Championship game in 30 years. So throw that out the window. New England, they caught up, but you know what? It took them a while. And for everybody else, if you're so pissy about us talking about our six trophies, why the hell is it taking you so long to catch up? We the best, baby. Let's move along. Let's go right here to Christine. She says, I know what we're going to be. I know what he's going to be, Somber. A complete wow. I thought he would be better. Let's go here to, and I think that's referring to Will. Let's go to Christine. Christine says, that was Cody. That was Tomlin, Cody. Somber says, that's what you think, not what you know. Kevin says, Latrobe will answer everything. I couldn't agree more, Kevin. Kevin from Tampa Bay. That is awesome, man. You making the trek up for camp this year. Christine says, that is indeed true, LOL. Tortilla says, Tater, you can't talk shit when you just joined a new team. You got to wait at least 6 months. I agree. He's just jumping around teams just to talk shit. Again, we like our Tater for whatever reason. Let's continue. Let's go right here to something. Somber says this. He says, just like the experts who say some of these dudes are going to be great and turn out to be nothing at all. Kevin says, going to the opener against the Falcons. You did say that, didn't you? I don't retain. I apologize. Let me see. He says, going to the opener against the Falcons. Where can I meet you fellas? I'm coming from Nashville. Okay. You guys tailgate? Yes, we will certainly. We will definitely be at the tailgate for the Atlanta Falcon game. Correct, Mike?
I believe so.
Say yes.
I believe so. Yes, that is.
Okay, there you go. We're going to be there at the tailgate for Atlanta. We'll certainly keep in touch, man. We're right here. Also, many ways to get a hold of us. If you go to our website, you can certainly write us at any time. We'll certainly keep in touch with you and figure that out. But yes, we will be at the tailgate in Atlanta. And finally, Kevin says, would love to meet y'all. You guys are my favorite, my type. You guys are my type of Steeler fans. Thank you for your great podcast. We appreciate you, Kevin, as well, my friend. Thank you so much. That means a lot to us. Mike, why don't you mean a lot to me and tell everybody about the website?
The 2dumyinzers.com. Check it out, everyone. There's articles over there. There's also some random thoughts from Vanilla Thunder over there as well that pop up. We got all of our links to all of Ryan and I's social media over there. And if it's your sort of thing, we also have a link to the merch store over there. So check it out at the2dumyinzers.com.
Awesome. Yes, sir. Absolutely, my man. It'll be a great time. I can't wait. Again, looking forward to Crucifix obviously coming up for camp from South Florida. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know Steel Loyal coming up from Carolina. So it'll be very, very interesting, man. We'll certainly be tailgating, which it will be a blast. Let's get to the question of the day. Put on your thinking caps, everybody. Everybody at home, everybody on the board. Mike, put on the thinking caps because now it is time. Again, I made the I threw the hint out there. This is going to be a trivia question about our schedule. All right, here we go, guys. The 14 teams that we play against this year. Yes, we play 14 teams this year. We play 3 of them twice for a total of 17 games. Just putting that out there. We play 14 different teams this year. Here we go. Mike, how many wins? How many teams of the 14 teams we play do the Steelers own the series against? Their all-time series, like Philadelphia, we know that we don't own that series. They beat us many. So, of the 14 teams we play, how many does the Steelers own the series against? Take a minute to think that through. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. every day right here on the Tube.
On Tube.
So, like Cleveland, we own that series. So, of the 14 teams we play, how many of the teams do we own the series against? Tortilla saying 10. 10 on the board. Throw your guesses up if you think you have it. If you know it, throw it up on the board as well, guys. Again, how many of the 14 different teams that the Steelers play this year do the Steelers own the series against? Take a minute to think that through. Kevin, he says, what can I bring to the tailgate? Booze, food? Just let me know. You know what? We might, we will probably more than likely have the beer, the booze taken care of, as Duquesne Pilsner will be there, and they are our peeps. So I'm sure we're going to be going that route. But again, we'll keep in touch. We got a little bit of time, and we'll put some plans together. It'll be a great time. Can't wait, Kevin. Let's go here. None, you mean who has never beat us? No, like the Browns, that we own the series against them. We have more, we're 102 versus whatever. So how many of the 14 teams do we have that edge against? Philadelphia, we don't. Cleveland, we do. I'm sorry. I apologize if it was if I complicated that and confused anybody. Kevin is saying 7. He says against 7. Okay, I think Christine got it. So again, guys, we're playing 14 different teams this year. 14 different teams on our schedule. How many of them do we own the series against? Mike, what's your thought process?
I'm going to go with 10. I don't know. Like Eagles, I'm pretty sure they have a better record against us. I think Jacksonville might have the better record against us. So I'm going to go 10.
Going 10. Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
All right, I'm locking you in on 10. I see Christine got 11. I'm seeing Kevin has 7, and I'm seeing Tortilla has 10. Excuse me. So we're going to give it a couple extra moments here. If you do want to take a moment to throw your guesses up, perhaps you know it. Perhaps you're just walking back in the room and you're like, oh, I know this. Guys, I'm looking for, of the 14 teams the Steelers play this year on their schedule, there's 14 different teams. How many do the Steelers own the all-time series against? So again, throw your guesses up. You got them. Kevin says this: Falcons, Cleveland, Bengals, Saints, Ravens, Titans, Jacksonville, Colts. Again, how many of the 14 teams do the Steelers own the series against? Here we go, guys. This is the answer. 2 of the teams. Kevin says 8. That's all right. Changed his answer to 8. That's cool. All right. 2 of the teams we have tied our records are tied against the Saints. We're 8-1 all time. Against the Houston Texans, we're 5-5 all time. So that brings it, Mike, to the 12. So 12 teams on the schedule where we have we own the series against Atlanta, New England, surprisingly, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Tennessee, and Carolina. Zach, that is 100% right. The answer is 9. We own the series against 9 teams that we play against this year. 2 are ties all times. The Saints 8-1, and again the Texans 5-5. 3 teams that we have that a team owns us historically: Philadelphia, Denver, and Jacksonville. All have beat us more than we beat them. So again, guys, the answer of the day is 9. Zach, you did nail that. Great job on the board.
Nice.
Kevin says, he said, hey, yes, no, we did get you on that one, brother. So again, the teams that we own: Atlanta, New England, Cincy, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Tennessee, Carolina. The teams that own us: Philly, Denver, Jacksonville, and 2 teams tie all time. Again, 8-1 against the Saints and 5-5 against the Houston Texans, guys. Great job on that. It was a tough one. Unless you know, it's a tough one to know. I guess you can sit there and figure it out. But, guys, great job. Christine says I was counting the ties as not. Oh, I got you. And you know what? Maybe I should have did something a little different with that. But there was the 2 teams that comes down to a tie, like a draw at the very end. Let's look at Cody. Cody says, Mike, does this mean a lot to you? You put your taint on his mic. That's real love. Cody says, Joe Pesci. And guys, I guess there's no better time to give the answer, to reveal where I did, in fact, drag my balls. Guys, I've been watching movies lately, and Step Brothers has encouraged me because Brennan rubbed his balls on Dale's drum set. So I thought it would be fun to do it to Mike and rub my balls against something in his studio, something that you see, something in the background right now has had my balls in the last 24 hours rubbed across it. If anybody wants to take any final guesses, I will reveal the answer in just a moment, guys. Christine says that was a tough one. It was tough. I try to make it difficult, but not too difficult. But you guys always do so well. Great job as always. Kevin says, wow, that's dominating. Absolutely. We're the Steelers, baby. It's what we do. In Tater, he finds one team that actually has a better record than us. Now he's on board. So again, consider the Tater. Consider the Tater. Christine says, oh my God, I could say so many things right now. The mug tortilla is saying again, what did I drag my balls against in Mike's studio? Something. This is not a bit. This is not made up. This is not, Mike, I did, in fact, rub my balls across something in your studio. It's true. It's 100% true. Mike, do you want to take any final stabs? Tortilla saying the mug. Any other guesses on the board? Mike, any other guesses before I reveal what I stuck my balls on?
No.
You don't even want to take any more guesses?
No.
All right, I'm going to wait on the board to see if anybody else wants to throw a guess up to the microphone. Christina's incorrect. Somebody did guess that earlier in the show, but it was not. I thought about it. Believe me. Oh, believe me. I thought about it. I thought about it again, and then I thought about it one more time, but I didn't ultimately do it. Somber saying Vanilla standing by with a red face, gloves, and Clorox wipes like Jerry Seinfeld when the girlfriend stuck something of his in the toilet on one particular episode. Christine says the keyboard. No. I know Somber never likes to hear about my nuts. That's fine. And also Kevin says Steeler fans are Hall of Fame legends as well. Yes, they are. And guys, the reveal is, Mike, I rubbed my balls on something in your studio, something it is now visible on the screen. Had my nuts on them as of yesterday, Mike. It in fact is your Bubby Brister starting lineup action figure. Mike, why don't you go ahead and point out where Bubby is? I did. You want to? Why don't you grab it?
No, I'm not going to touch him.
Bring it closer to the screen. We can't see it.
Nope. I'm good.
What if Somber can't see him? Like I need Somber to see this.
Nope. It's right back there.
The Bubby Brister starting lineup action figure.
That's actually yours. You gave it to me.
But it is in your studio, so I rubbed my balls across it yesterday. Great job, guys. Again, this stems from my recent interest in getting back into movies, Mike. Again, Step Brothers. Step Brothers was the ground zero for that. Laughed my ass off the keyboard. Again, I thought about that as well. No, Diddy Tortillas got scared. Mike was going to grab. I was hoping. Oh my God, I was hoping more than anything that he was going to grab that Bubby Brister.
Oh, Somber.
Somber says I'd like to see the cheese on it.
He says I can see it from there.
He says I'd like the ball cheese on it from here.
The ball cheese on it.
Like I'd see the ball cheese on it. Oh, I see I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me go to Christine. She says y'all should do a movie show where you just talk about. I mean, I was thinking about it after watching, getting back into the movies. I thought about it. So perhaps something that we could do in the future, guys. Is again, we were passing up. We were going to be at season 10 before you know, Mike, episode 1000. We are on 986 today. We'll be right around the corner, guys. Very excited about that. Also, the Steelers just 87 days till they do kick off against the Atlanta Falcons in Pittsburgh to open the season. Very excited. So much stuff is going on. Mike, let's talk about a couple things before we wrap it up for the day. We're unfortunately at that point of the show. I wish we could do this all day, but it's 3:00. Mike, let's get into it. I want to say this, guys, if you were enjoying the show and just enjoying everything going on in this offseason for the Steelers, maybe you're going to want to stop and get yourself some beer. Duquesne Pilsner, guys, now available in 6 and 12 packs at Giant Eagle and wherever cases are sold. I know that whenever I start getting closer to this football season, Mike, I really start to pound them. Duquesne Pilsner, the people there are amazing people. They always support us. We always like to do it back for them. So maybe jump on, and if you're not a big drinker, jump on their social media, hit the follow. I'm sure they will appreciate all that kind of stuff at Duquesne Pilsner. Mike, we always have it on tap in the studio for whatever event comes along, made right here in Western Pennsylvania in Pittsburgh. It says on the can, Mike, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
Also, while you are liking them and checking them out on social media, swing by and check us out as well, guys. We're all over the place. Check us out on Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Swing by and hit the follow button. Keep up with what's going on with the two Dum Yinzers on a day-to-day basis. And finally, if you haven't yet, do hit the like button down below. Hit the like, the sub, the share, the comment, any of it. It all helps us out, guys. We do appreciate it all. Thank you so much. A couple more messages here. Mike Kevin says you guys are the best podcast, period, of Steeler coverage. We appreciate you, Kevin. He's working his way up the list. I'm telling you that.
Yes, he is. Kevin's working his way up the friends list.
Christine is drinking whiskey right now. I wish you would have told us about an hour ago.
Friends list. My gosh, bring some of that around.
We could have cracked out the beer. It could have been a party up here. Christine, that's always great to hear. Mike, your thoughts on today's show?
Great show. The schedule's going to be kind of rough, but I think the Steelers have the team to pull it out, to finish 11-6, 12-5, maybe. So, I think we have a pretty good. Oh my God, I'm trying not to sneeze. So yeah, I think the schedule's
sneeze. I would like that. Maybe
I might be snot.
Blow snot across the screen. That would be good for the show. Go ahead. You gonna sneeze? Don't turn your volume down. Leave it up.
No, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, so there you go. We'll be back tomorrow to get into it all over again. As tomorrow's Friday, Mike, we'll touch base on all the stuff going on from our low pro teams to our pro teams here in Pittsburgh heading into the weekend. But this is the last waiting period, guys, because as June does wrap up in 12 days, we will then be in the same month as training camp right here in Western Pennsylvania. It's so Mike, we're getting there so fast. I can't believe it. So much stuff coming up tomorrow. We got Juneteenth. On Sunday, we got Father's Day. We got the first day of summer. We got the 4th of July coming up here in a few weeks. A lot of things. The summer's coming fast, which to me tells me that we're going to be in football season before you know it, because when you got a lot going on, it goes fast, guys. So that's the angle I'm going to take anyway. Let's grab a couple more messages here, Mike, before we do wrap things up for the day. I hope that's not the wind, but I'm certainly seeing flashing going on, so maybe we should do this a little quicker than I was even intending on doing. Let me go to Tater. He said, this is a good podcast, and we appreciate you, Tater. And you know that, man. We wouldn't come on. The writing's on the wall. We love you, too. As much as we don't like to admit it. Let's go to Kevin. Kevin says you guys take super chats, want to donate. Anything that you would like to do. I think there is something just below our picture. I'm not sure how, but every once in a while people do get some super chats on. We do appreciate it all, man. I think there's something.
It's set up for super chats. I can't remember where it is on your screen, but it's on there for donations.
And for some reason I don't see it, and I apologize, but Keep coming back. We'll certainly get it figured out if we don't. Tortilla, he says, you're a good Browns fan. Saying to Tater, lotion on the balls. Kevin says, Christine, I think 11-6 is our floor, 13-4 is the ceiling. I love hearing that. And then also what y'all's Cash App. I do have something separate, but again, I think there's something that you could do right through the YouTube channel. And for whatever reason, I don't see it there now. However, it usually is there. I apologize. I do want to say this. I do want to say thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. I want to say to everybody on the board, thank you. You guys make the world spin. You guys are the lifeblood of this show. We thank you. You guys are everything. Such a big part of this show. Again, we couldn't do it without you. The board, thank you so much. And again, thank you to everybody that's at home watching. Maybe you're in the gym, maybe you're in the car. Hopefully just listening if you're in the car, but maybe you're at the workplace, even taking a shit in the dump in the stall with your phone watching us. Anyway, we'll take it however it comes, guys. But thank you too. Tortilla says the little dollar next to the happy face on your keyboard. There you go, Kevin. He follows it up by saying, or it's the spinning birthday present. We appreciate you, and you, Kevin. Thank you so much, Mike. We will be back tomorrow to get back into it and head into the weekend again. Creeping up on July. We are creeping up on July.
It's creeping. It's getting there. I got something funny real quick.
I did too. Let me say mine real quick, and then you can say yours. I was hoping at some point you was going to take that Bubby Brister and like start chewing on the head of it or something as the show was going on, and then I could have revealed that that was okay. Go ahead. What's your funny?
You're wrong. But anyway, I just found this.
All right, what are we looking at?
Derpy.
I'm not even sure what we're looking at. What do you
look at the thumbnail of like the 7 people? Look at Derpy.
Okay.
Look how like all the people on there. Then you got Derpy. You got Derpy next to the 2 hot chicks. His eyes rolled back the head like he's the Undertaker. Right?
Ain't the lady up in the left corner like 90?
No, she's young.
Okay,
they're younger. But yeah, Derpy looks so out of place in there. And how did he get on a roundtable discussion with comic book nerds and the 2 hot chicks and Derpy looking like a schlub? This is great. I saw this. I had to share it.
All right, there you go. Derpy on the nerdy sites, Mike, as always. I'm not real sure what the hell's going on.
I was going to check something for our show real quick, and then I saw that pop up. I'm like, I gotta share it.
There you go. There's Derpy, Mike. I think that you were the one because he is a competition for you right now. For whatever reason, you're really hypersensitive to what Derpy has going on, but I think you're going to pull it off. I truly do. I think you're going to pull it off.
I just don't want to lose the competition to him. That's all.
I get it. Hey, I get that. Kevin says 1,000 show big. Hey, we appreciate you, sir. Definitely. Thank you so much. Cody says friends list is lame. Get on the enemy list. That's where it be.
It's because you're a permanent fixture on there.
I do want to say one more time, thank you everybody for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again at our regular time. We hope to see everybody then. Mike, I'm going to spin around. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Anything for you?
I got nothing, man.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We can't wait to see everybody tomorrow. We're going to get into everything that we could possibly find. Kevin says, have a great day, fellas. I will email you guys. Definitely, brother. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, Kevin. Great to see you back, and looking forward to seeing you more moving forward. Guys, so much to get into as we do head into the weekend. So we'll be back tomorrow. We hope to see everybody then. For RB, for Chop, for Derpy, for Finch, for Mike, myself, the 2 Dum Yinzers. We hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Keep cool. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.